And here we go.
In 5, 4, 3.
Call to me, lands far away.
Elves have forests to protect.
We need to build a wall.
Dwarfs their mines. Men their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
For I must now wander this wandering day.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
No.
Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
It is over.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them!
If you only knew the power of the dark side.
Darkness will march over the face of the earth. It will be the end, not just of our people, but all peoples.
Everyone! I am sorry, but their time has come.
The past is with us all. The past is dead. We either move forward or we die with it.
This could be the beginning of a new era.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
To him finally being lionized in the prime and his prime. Fuck.
Do it!
Shit.
Just do it! Don't let your dreams Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it! Make your dreams come true!
Luke went from being... Oh, no. Welcome, Slayer Nation. I have some great news for you today. I hope you're all doing great. Nope, that didn't work. One more.
You have failed me for the last time.
Welcome, Slayer Nation. I hope...
If you're tired of starting over, stop giving up.
That is eating away at what you love in order for it to shine. And one man's vision is... Sometimes you don't have to make things better for them to be great again. You merely have to Okay. Hollywood continues to slow boil the culture and crazy. Well, right now, Spider-Man actor Andrew Garfield has stepped up and he's fighting motherfucker.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. Fuck it.
And unbearded dwarves, but Prime didn't stop there. They stapled in intersectionality, individuality, bitty-ga-dig-bee, bitty-ga-dig-bo.
So it begins.
At my signal, unleash hell.
and gentlemen, George the Giant Slayer.
What's going on, everybody? It's great to be back. I was just setting everything up for the show, and I'm like, I'm not looking at the camera. It's good to be here, but it's a sad day. It's Sunday, December 14th, 2025, in the year of our Lord. And I don't know if y'all heard about that, but there was a Hanukkah massacre in Australia where 12 people are reportedly killed so far. It took place on the first day of Hanukkah when you had about 1,000 people. You're talking about women, children. They were celebrating, and the people who are peaceful came out and started shooting, but there was also a hero involved. The cops did nothing. So I'm glad to see you are here, because it's I always say it's a crazy week, but it was kind of like a mixed bag, a good week and a bad week. I released my video this morning, which is how the media buried the story about the 2 National Guardsmen, which were shot. Sarah Beckstrom, which was killed, God rest her soul, and Andrew Wolf, who was fighting for his life, but he just got out of the hospital. He's going to a rehab facility. So he's still kicking ass, with every monitor beep being a middle finger to the Grim Reaper. So God bless our heroes. But it was about the media gaslighting, activists demonizing, and politicians, kind of pulling the pin and throwing the grenade. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. It's like YouTube, for some reason, is not wanting everyone to see that. I kind of like connect all the pieces today. It's called, Do You Hate the Media Enough? Double it. Anyway, we also have some good news, some happy news, some cringe news, some crazy news, some Hollywood news, some political news, and it's a lot. So we're just going to get everybody out here. I hope you're all doing well. We got Dr. Butcher here, Josh Hammond, great to see you, the lovely Sherry, and Gordon Cadell, son of the Hut, Istaphobos, my brother from another mother, Eric K., the king of the mods, Fletcher Williams is in the back, and Lord Thoth is also here, plus Mr. Brown's Alliance should be here any moment. He's one of our newest mods. Great team, great bunch of guys. I want to thank you right off the bat, because I can see people have already sent in super chats and gifted memberships. I know how hard these times are economically. So know from me, every dollar you send in, or gifted membership, a single one, or 5 or 10, whatever you do, that means a lot. It keeps the lights on. It keeps me moving forward. And bless you. You mean the world to me. All right, let's bring him out. Paul Chato and the DA are here. Verbal Riot will be here in a moment, and Little Platoon will also be here in a little bit. They're going to just be a little late for a second. How you doing, gentlemen?
Good. A
little sad.
How you guys doing?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like I got up early this morning at 3 a.m. because I was like, I didn't work up the show. I just couldn't sleep. I just had a lot of energy because I'd finished how it is when you finish a video.
Yeah.
You got to load everything up in dashboard, and then and I was like, I'll do it in the morning. And so I couldn't. I woke up at 3 a.m. like, I haven't done anything yet. So I was like, I went and did it. And then I saw the news. And then I went and saw the news. And but before we get to that, I think we should kick this off first with I don't want to do the happy news before the bad news. It just feels kind of, we're going to go through the bad news first. So brace up, buckle up. We're going to get through it. Because look, we are being fought on every front. I know you come here Sunday, you want to get some Hollywood news, you want to get some political news, but when things happen like this, like when Charlie Kirk was killed, you got to set everything aside. Like, I didn't monetize this show because I don't believe in doing that when you have tragedy, because we're here to be together. It's the same way I'm going to do a Christmas Eve special so we can all be together, maybe a Christmas show. But today, well, actually yesterday, Dick Van Dyke, if you remember him, he turned 100. I was like, wow. Yeah, 100 years old.
Nice.
Yeah, it is nice. And he was actually kind of sharing, like, how did it happen? There it is. Like, what did he do special? I found it interesting. Now, I don't know if Dick Van Dyke is based. I used to watch his shows, the Dick Van Dyke Show. I found it based when I was growing up. I've also seen he's a little woke, but, God bless him. He's 100 years old. And here's his advice.
Feel really good. But for 100, But I really don't. I have no pain, no discomfort. People say, "What did you do right?" And I say, "Don't ask. I don't know. I'm rather lazy, and I think I've always thought that anger is one thing that eats up a person's insides, and hate. I never really was able to work up a feeling of hate. You know, the things I don't like, people I don't like and disapprove of, but I never really was able to do a white heat kind of hate. And my father was a person who was constantly upset by the state of things in his life and everything. And it did take him at 74 years old. I think that is one of the chief things that kept me going.
Hate, is that what he's saying? So that's pretty much his secret. No hate, no anger.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Not bad
It's
at all.
not a bad idea. You
Yeah.
know, a lot of people confuse, like, you still though have to fight for things that you believe in.
Well, he does eat the liver of virgins.
What? Where did that come from?
I'm just saying, this is what's kept him going. You guys didn't know that? He talked
No.
about that. I'm just
Where in the
saying,
world did that
this is
come
what's
from?
kept him alive. He mentioned it. I'm doing that now, and let me tell you,
it works.
Yeah, well, I mix it with a bit of mustard and milk and a boiled egg, and then blend it, make it kind of a pate.
Like it with a little fava beans and a good
Yes.
wine. Good Chianti.
Yeah, there you go.
Good Chianti. What's funny is somebody put a montage together, just like 30, I think it's a minute, of what he said over the years, you know, like as he was growing older.
When you get into your late 40s and early 50s, you do have a tendency to kind of start reassessing what you've done with your life, and have I done everything that I wanted to do, and is what I wanted to do what I really wanted to do.
On my 65th birthday, thinking, well, now's the time I want to put my feet up. But I'm finding that this business is harder to get out of than it was to get into. And I enjoy it. I have a good time.
I think some of the older audience will feel comfortable having grown old with us. But I think perhaps some of the younger people may say, I would rather have remembered them as they were.
I'm either singing or dancing or something. If you're 90 years old, it is not too late to start. But don't think you can go in and do an hour of workout.
I enjoyed almost everything I did. Doing the Van Dyke Show was probably the most creative 5 years. It was just like going to a party every morning. Mary Poppins was magic for me every moment. Probably those two would be the high points. But maybe I haven't come to it yet. Who knows?
Does the word retirement ever even cross your mind, or you're still just as passionate?
Oh, no. It isn't work, it's play.
It's play.
Wow.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. You know, I love the Dick Van. Did you ever watch that, Paul?
The Dick Van Dyke Show? My God, yes. I mean, it's legendary. It's a mandatory viewing for comedians.
We don't have anything like that today, even close, do we?
Well, I mean, we've had brilliant. We've had sitcoms that were better. I mean, Cheers and all sorts of things.
I'm talking about today.
Today. Well, we know
today.
The landscape today is kind of bereft of that. Not that they haven't tried recently. You know, they tried that one the sitcom. Well, they still have the one with Tim. Tim Brooke Taylor. He's got a mechanic shop sitcom. Tim Allen. It's not very good. They had this military one with the stand-up comedian that lasted just a few shots, and there was another one called the 6th Century Modern or something like that, where a bunch of gay friends in their 50s decide to get together and live together in Florida, and it was, again, nothing earth-shaking,
Nothing touching that magic from the past, though.
No, Abbott Elementary isn't too bad. Abbott Elementary in its first year was really good.
Okay.
And then it really went honed in on sort of race critical race stuff in the second and third.
You got to think about the landscape right now. Hollywood is kind of out when it comes to younger audiences. They're going to streaming and they watch their streamers and they watch all of those guys. And I think that's where a lot of the talent is going to start flocking to doing their own thing, you know, away from Hollywood and more independent. You know, hey, if I'm talented, I can just start up my own thing. I don't need to enter into Hollywood or enter into some sort of a, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to do that. I can just do it myself. And I find they're probably going to be less, I don't know, scrutinized. They won't have an executive or somebody breathing down their neck. They'll just be able to do whatever it is that they want to do.
No gatekeeper.
Yeah. And they'll just have fun. And then, like, I think that's where young people are starting to, kind of gravitate towards anyway. So I think the talent is going to start gravitating in that direction as well. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. I was saying, hey, who is the Steven Spielberg from the Gen Z era right now? Like, who is the Steven Spielberg? Remember, Steven Spielberg directed Jaws when he was 27 years old. So name me a 27-year-old director right now that has that sort of gravitas right now of a Steven Spielberg.
Good question.
Followed it up with, like the talent is starting to get away from Hollywood and they're going into other directions. Maybe video games, maybe streaming, something else. But there's no young up and coming director in his 20s that's just taken Hollywood by storm. And I think that's one of the big things that, is going to start, the biggest director is what? Nolan, probably?
Nolan. Yeah.
He's in his 50s. That's who's speaking to Generation Z and Gen Alpha and all the younger generations. So you're starting to see the slow decline of Hollywood just because the talent just is not, messing with Hollywood. They're in other areas. They're in streaming or they're in games and they're somewhere else. They're not in Hollywood.
Yeah, you can't make a movie necessarily for Gen Z, Gen Alpha and assume that they will all assemble and watch it.
Yeah,
they're not a coherent audience that you can go after. It's not like the days of television where on, Thursday was not appointment. What was it called?
Appointment television.
It was appointment television. Yeah. It was. So on Thursday you had Bill Cosby, you had, Cheers. I mean, you had just a phenomenal slate of TV shows on Cheers. Well, I mean, that's difficult to do. I think one of the problems is that maybe Hollywood is trying to find out what this new generation audience is. And I think they're probably better off, even though let's say just the TV crowd, the cable is down to 40% of the country. And you got a lot of old farts like me watching TV, but that still represents a coherent audience. They would be way better off trying to nail, let's just throw out a percentage, 90% of that audience, and maybe a show that lands there and becomes popular because it's coherent, then leaks out to everybody else. It's very difficult to herd chickens, which is what they're trying to do now. They're herding chickens. Go back to the coop where the chickens are, even though there are fewer of them, and come up with a, Third Rock from the Sun again or something like that. Because the kids come back and like it. They don't. It's this idea that somehow the kids hate our stuff.
Well, Friends or Seinfeld. God, Seinfeld.
Yeah, they like it. Yeah, they like it. So the best thing I think Hollywood could do right now is take the coherent audience that's available to them. We don't need more NCSIs. That's what they're doing. with whatever audience is left, they're repeating this same Chicago Fire, Chicago Bowel Movement, Chicago, whatever it happens to be.
Law and Order.
Yeah.
Law and Order.
Yeah, Law and Order. We need like Law and Order Pittsburgh. It's just not needed. So, I mean, if they went back and treated the remaining audience, me, although even I'm not on network television much either. I'm repeating myself. So
I haven't been on network in a long time, but I will tell you, I had always looked forward to streaming. I thought it was going to kill my cable bill. I end up paying more for all the damn services that I have now than I was paying. Yeah, I know, but it is true though.
Cable cutter.
Yeah, I am a cable cutter, but it's just now that I'm paying more for all the damn services. So
Netflix used to be $6 a month.
Yeah, what's
more, right?
18, $20. Yes.
Man.
Anyway, joining Dick Van Dyke also this week, someone from when I was growing up, he had a few words to say to the Russian people.
Oh my God, Dracula.
Oh my God.
Спасибо. I'm proud to be Russian, proud to be here today.
Я горжусь быть русским. Я горжусь то, что я здесь сегодня с вами.
And if God gives me the opportunity to be here longer and longer, I will be very, very grateful to serve God and my country and all of you people and my people together in this theme of oneness. Thank you. Thank you.
And my oneness.
Under what auspices? And why does he have a piece of felt stuck to his head?
I don't know. He keeps dying. It looks like shoe polish.
It does, doesn't it?
I like Steven Seagal as a kid. I remember his first film. I was like, this guy is going to be huge. But now he's huge, but not huge. But come on. It's like as the years go by, he gets bigger. And you still, every once in a while, I get these videos that show up in my timeline where he's like at some kind of symposium or some kind of martial arts convention where he's like slapping hands. And I'm like, I can do that. Can I get 20 million? But he puts shoe polish on his head. I swear that's what it looks like. He's going to be 100 years old and he's going to be like Pavarotti, you know?
Do you think he'll survive?
I don't know.
He ain't gonna make it that long. That dude's too big, man. He's too big.
Well, I don't know. You had Luch. Well, no, Pavarotti. What he died at 73. I was just listening to his Nessun Dorma last night, and I love Pavarotti and that guy could sing. But yeah, it's Dick Van Dyke to Steven Seagal.
So here's my Steven Seagal. Here, hold on. I'm going to pull this up. Count Floyd. Oh, no, SCTV. Isn't that, how perfect is that? Count Floyd. Anyways, see, you wanted to laugh. You wanted to
I do. I like that. I like that a lot. That's good. We have a few super chats. Let me get to them real quick. Fletcher, bring them up. I see they're here. Flying blind on a rocket cycle. Member for 8 months. 8 months groovy. Hell yeah, that's groovy. And in January, it'll be 2 years since I've been streaming. Wow, love it. Thank you, Flying Blind. Flying Blind on a rocket cycle gives 5 George the Giant Slayer memberships. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Please, everybody, go thank Flying Blind on a rocket cycle. I also, you know what I'm going to do? Because it's been 2 damn months. We're going to have a member stream, I think, for a holiday season. Get back into that groove too now that the house is settled. TGV Monster 24 gifted 1 George Giant Slayer memberships. Bless you, my friend. I appreciate it. That's the way to go. Whoever got that, go thank TGV. He's always here, always supportive. And Tender Warrior 68 gifted 10 George the Giant Slayer members. You gotta love that. Love it. Love it. Thank you, Tender Warrior. Go thank Tender Warrior. And then we have Bucky Cat for $5. You couldn't make an All in the Family or Sanford Son. No, I have an All in the Family.
No chance.
No chance. I mean, half the time he was saying words I couldn't actually say on YouTube because they would demonetize the channel. It was a word, actually, by the way, that a young woman was arrested for in the UK for actually text messaging that word, not putting it on social media. She texted it to a former girlfriend whose boyfriend beat the hell out of her, sent her to the hospital with a concussion. So she texted her, hey, what the hell did your bleep do to me? And 11 policemen and 2 DEI female cops showed up while she was in the bathtub and would not let her change. She was on Piers Morgan about 7 days ago. All That's because ridiculous. Of one word. One word.
What have we allowed society to become? When you sit back and say, when you can say a story like that and people aren't immediately thinking it's fake, but they're saying, yeah, that's probably real. That's probably real. That probably actually happened. Like, what does our society come to where you can't even text a word to somebody without fear of being arrested? Yep. That's absolutely insanity.
Yeah, I have it here. Hold on.
Both politicians and the police, not the police in general, but are running away from the real problems because those are real and they're harder to deal with, and they don't want to admit reality. Like, look at I mean, I'm not an American, but from the outside, the mayor of Chicago seems to be
Oh, that guy's out to lunch,
off
man.
his. Can I say he's
Off his
crazy?
rocker? Yeah, he's crazy.
He's
He
like a
is
comedy
that
show,
crap.
man. Like you watch him, I can watch him for comedy all day long, man. That guy, he's like the bumbling mayor of Chicago, and you can like literally write a story about that and make it into the funniest comedy in the world, man. Because that guy is completely like irresponsible, irredeemable, and he's just destroying a great city.
But what about the pointy head? What is the deal with that haircut?
Oh, the Gumby or the Mohawk.
You know,
Yeah,
he's
he
got
the
that
Mohawk going.
weird point. It's like are you playing
It's his
like
little
Land
dunce cap.
Shark?
He
It's
wears a
the,
little dunce cap made of hair on the top
it's
of his
the
head.
it is. Somebody just said it. Bucky Cat, who just sent a super chat. Idiocracy. Nailed it. So here she is. It's like a minute and 30 seconds.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's completely ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd left my front door open. I was waiting for my dad to come to the house. I was actually in the bath.
And 11
they
police-
opened the door themselves.
And just came in.
And came in.
And you're in the bath.
Yeah.
And what do they say to you?
Now, see, the problem is if that was in Texas and someone were opening the door and you didn't know, they didn't announce them, you'd start shooting. No, I'm being serious.
Well,
I'm
not the police. You wouldn't.
No,
shoot.
but you wouldn't know. They didn't tell her. Like, hey, we're the police.
Police.
Yeah,
No, they
that's
didn't
the
do that.
problem.
Yeah.
And could you imagine someone breaks into your? I mean, it's happened. We've had some tragic accidents where you have officers will go, whatever, to serve a warrant, but they do it at the oddest times. I mean, my uncle's an officer, and I always ask him, why are you going at 3 o'clock in the morning? Why not go in the daytime? Like, you're going to break through somebody's door to serve a warrant at 3 in the morning. They're going to think it's a thief or a murderer. Like, it's never kind of made sense to me. Anyway, here he goes.
Well, I heard my name, which was one female out of the lot of them.
And 10 male officers.
Yeah. And then I heard my name and I thought, oh, it might be my sister because it didn't sound like someone who was, because obviously I was upstairs in the bath. And then they just come up the stairs and they didn't give me any privacy or anything. Like I had
You were naked?
Yes.
How did that make you feel?
Disgusted.
Of course.
I'm really upset. I was crying my eyes out.
And what did they say to you? What did they say they were there for?
Well, I was just asking them, can they just leave the female officer and can they please go downstairs? As obviously I was upset and I had no clothes on, and they kind of wanted to watch me get changed, and I was very upset about that. In the end, they did send the males down the stairs, and the female officer sat with me. I was crying my eyes out. I was really upset, and then I said, "Well, what are you even here for?" Because I was shocked. I was in utter shock, and she said, "For malicious communications, hate crime, and malicious communications." And I said, "Well, what for?" And they said, "We'll discuss that when we get to the police station."
I've heard 11 police officers.
Yeah, well, basically, it's what the Brits used to call a cigarette, a fag.
So
They used to call it a
11
fag.
police officers over a text message.
A text message, not social media. The girl who she texted it to, which is obviously her ex-girlfriend, basically called the police up and said, "Hey, I got this harassing text message where she called the girlfriend's boyfriend."
Yeah.
A cigarette.
A cigarette. And the only thing is like, I feel really bad for I do, but she had an opportunity right there. She's had an opportunity to stand up. If you watch the entire interview, she starts, and it almost sounds like she was rehearsed by an attorney. She starts talking like, well, when I made that text message, I had a concussion. I was in the hospital. I wasn't thinking straight. I'm like, no. You got to stand up and say, yes, I said it. Yes, I had a concussion. Yes, I meant it. And the entire country should now say that word, because it's not about the word. Today they picked that word. Tomorrow they're going to pick matchstick and say, you can't say matchstick.
That's the problem, man. Look, gosh, I don't understand what's going on with
I
Britain,
use
man.
Pufter in my appalling news channel all the time.
Right. But think of it if they told you in Canada you can't use poofter or you'd go to jail.
Right. I mean, it's the British have gone completely nuts.
Orwellian.
Yeah, they have gone stark raving crazy, and the origins of that are, I'm not going to get into it. I've listened to some of that, but
right.
It's just, again, I often think we need a complete war to cleanse the planet.
You get the government you tolerate.
You get
Yeah.
the government you deserve. You do. That's why I always say at the end of the show, it's like, if you want to make a change, it's like change is made by those who show up to the fight. You got to. Fletcher, we have another super chat. I think we had the last one. Thank you, sir. Hembry Jeremiah for $10. Okay, so you got a problem with the Supergirl trailer, but you're not going to go after Disney because they're going to have Nazi cap? And you're not going to say anything about it. Oh, I always go after Disney. Are you saying that we don't go after Disney? No. I skewed.
Well, yeah, they're gonna have Hydra cap, which is
I think it's disgusting. Look, the comic failed. Why in the world, when you already have a test audience showing you they despised it, would you ever then go ahead and repeat that? Like, you got A/B marketing right there. You got to test. No. I appreciate the sentiment. I can't stand Disney, and we're going to get into Disney a little bit because Disney's Bob Iger just told everybody, please trust me, I'm not going to bend you over, and I swear I'll only use Vaseline. He just screwed over. Basically, I would say, I think you all gentlemen will agree with me, he just screwed over. I'm waiting for Platoon and Verbal to get here. We'll talk about it, but real quick snapshot before we do a deep dive into it later.
What did Iger do?
Bob Iger just had Disney spend $1 billion on OpenAI, and they did a contract with them where they're giving 200. They're licensing 200 of their characters over, everything from Darth Vader to Mickey Mouse, and they can use it any way they want. But when you dig into the story and see the contract pieces of it that have been revealed by some reporters who shared it, it goes much deeper than that. Disney, by the end of 2026, will start showing on Disney Plus content creators like you have right now. There's a Star Wars channel that keeps making 1 to 2 AI Star Wars videos a week using I think it's the Dark Horse comics. They're filling in like what happened after Return of the Sith. And so you'll see like Vader, an hour after he's in his armor. What did he do? What was he thinking? Some of them are really good. Still look like AI. But the Disney Plus saying the content that we pick, the AI content from our licensed characters, we're going to show on Disney Plus. So they're going to have content creators. You're going to be making all the stuff, making all these AI movies using their characters, which they're going to give all the material, all the collateral over. So so Bob Iger says you can make an AI movie or an AI short that looks like it came out of Disney's lab. And then they'll get to play it.
Yeah.
Come on. They're literally telling actors, writers, producers, hey, and he said he would never go down the AI route years ago. No. That would hurt our business. Now it's like full steam aboard. Wow.
I mean, we all kind of knew it was coming eventually, right?
I know, but he didn't address any of the. Didn't I say that a few years ago that Disney? No, we would create everything in house. We would never give up our IP. No, I can't stand Disney anymore.
Bob Iger is a politician, man. He's a politician. He says one thing and he does the opposite. Yeah, that's what Bob Iger. He's always been that way. So yeah, I'm not.
I think in further reference to how we started this discussion, I think Hollywood or the entertainment industry is completely out of control, and leadership they're rudderless. It's not the same as back in the day when, let's say, you knew that you could do the keyframes in Hollywood, send out the animation to Korea, it gets done, it comes back, there's a plan, a method, everyone knows how it works. This is the way it worked for at least 10 years. Now, no one knows how anything is working. And I don't necessarily blame the leaders. It's just we have the wrong leaders. That's all. It's a Wild West of a big unknown out there. No one knows how this is going to play out.
Well, if you look, I mean, it was kind of shocking because Disney is also in the same way undercutting itself. I mean, they're selling out their IP. The one caveat they said is they will not license the actors' faces. Like you get Darth Vader, you get Darth Vader. You can't get.
But they're just guessing. This is all just guessing. They don't know where this is heading because even AI is right now nowhere near close enough to do an entire movie. But when I did my Jeffrey Katzenberg rundown, I researched what he was saying in 2025, and he had a speech where he talked about that 90% of animations could be done in AI. So you set things up, set up the keyframes, and then rather than hire the Koreans, you get AI to fill in the blanks. I think 90% is a bit aggressive, but I can see that to the point where we're going to get way oversaturated in animation and far less live action stuff because it genuinely will be easier to do.
Yep.
I just thought actually after they did that deal, I was expecting to see like protests up and down Hollywood Boulevard from all the.
Well, doesn't their contract comes up next year, right?
Yep.
They got to renegotiate again. It's like every 3 years. So
yeah, something
I
like
expect
that,
it to be on the table once again. It's going to be like 2023 all over again, where they're going to be talking about striking, or if they don't get the right deal, they're going to be walking off the sets, and that's going to slow Hollywood down again. And they're just cooking their own goose at this point.
Well, what's needed, and I don't say this in a necessarily a positive way, is a watershed movie. So there was a time where Hollywood would not accept any other film, let's say American film, that was shot outside of North America or even America, right? You could shoot a Hollywood movie in Toronto and it would be treated with derision. I remember because I was part of that era where they might finance some Canon film or something in Toronto or something like that, but Hollywood treated it as a joke. And then over time, what's happened is that now they're comfortable getting money from other places and financing from the Saudis and things like that, and they're shooting stuff all over the place. It doesn't really matter anymore. I think the same thing is, and then we had a watershed moment in the TV sphere, especially in the 1980s writer's strike, where CBS, in an effort to deal with lost programming, started bringing in Night Heat, which was shot in Toronto. That would never have made it on CBS at the time, but that kind of broke the ice. Suddenly, you can have network shows done outside of the United States. That was groundbreaking. And that was because of the strike. How ironic, right?
Gotcha.
So,
yeah.
But that you needed Night Heat to go, well, that's not too bad. We can keep doing this.
I think that strike 2 years ago hurt him.
We can do X-Files in Vancouver. This worked out just fine. So
Right.
you're going to need the AI-generated program, whatever it happens to be, that same kind of breakthrough event.
Yeah, I think that I don't know if y'all agree or not. Before we move on, I think that strike 2 years ago really hurt Hollywood. I don't think it. I think that there's no way to understate that. I think that was the bad move. Disney's OpenAI deal appears to sanction AI companies' theft of our work. Yeah, that's what they've been saying for the last 48 hours. They're kind of going nuts over it. They're kind of, which is surprising because I haven't heard from a lot of them. We've had celebrities going off left and right, which we'll get to in a minute. But first,
you still need good writing.
Yes, you do. That's why I said I view AI as a tool. Like I go back and forth because I haven't settled on how I like it. I will tell you, this guy who makes these Star Wars like 8-minute shorts, he's blown my mind because I think I'm not sure. I think he's he's lifting the story from Dark Horse Comics, which I enjoyed. It's like stuff that Disney should have done, but he's doing it, and each video gets better. It's like mini movies, and I'm like, wow. I don't like the AI because I can still obviously tell, but the story, I'm enjoying the hell out of it. And I don't know if he's monetized on YouTube. I hope he is. I don't know if they allow people to do that. But yes, Star Wars Tales Untold. That's him. Thank you, Quentin Clark. He is amazing. Hey, Fletcher, can you go check out the last Star Wars Tale Untold and bring it up in a second? I want to show everybody a clip because the guy, it starts with Anakin in a chair where he's got all the plugs and modules attached to him. It's a pretty good one. First, I want to get to this before we get to happy stories. We need to get the bad news out of the way. And we'll look at the Star Wars in a bit. Yes, last night, or yesterday. Well, was it Monday morning? I guess this morning in Australia, on Bondi Beach.
Bondi Beach, yeah.
Bondi Beach. There was a terrorist attack. I'm not going to show you the terrorist attack. I'm going to show you the reaction from another angle of the beach of people leaving. You can hear the shot.
¿Qué está pasando? Alicia, escucha, Alicia, que te pasa algo. Algo está pasando, pero no sé qué. Pero ¿a dónde va la cura?
I've been there.
Okay, so what happened is you had certain gentlemen, I really don't want to call them that, certain people, I would call monsters, these two guys, came out on Hanukkah, on the first day of Hanukkah, where 1,000 people had gathered together to celebrate.
2,000.
Oh, it's 2,000 now? The first thing I read was 1,000. Okay, 2,000. And you're talking about, again, dads, moms, kids, and they started shooting. Started killing people. The police took 45 minutes to show up. Let me just get that out there. 45 minutes. That's wow. Disgusting. 45 minutes.
What are the gun control laws like in
Australia? Yeah, it's draconian.
How did these guys get them if they have like?
There you go.
I'm making a point, right?
Yeah, I know,
we got the gun control laws. How did these guys get them if there's gun control? It's gun-free zone, guys. Supposed to not bring them in.
Well, I mean, that being said, in all fairness, they have a fraction. They have a fraction of mass shootings that happen in the United States. I'm not going to blame gun laws on that in the United States. Don't get me wrong.
I got you.
I'm just saying that Australia has got.
Yeah,
this is really not typical.
This doesn't happen.
It isn't, but I will say I would rather be armed, have the gun violence that occurs. Because remember, guns don't kill people. It's like you can stick a gun on here, put the camera on it for the next 10 years. It's never going to fire itself. People do that, right?
Yeah. It's society chooses. Switzerland has got more guns per capita than the United States. And apart from the odd chocolatier, they
no crime. No crime, but you can see here, and they blurred it because otherwise I wasn't going to show it. Because you have people performing CPR, they're trying to help.
Speculate on what the factors are that have contributed to this awful.
Oh, this woman! Oh my God!
Of a huge.
What is it? I haven't heard
labor
it.
Minister. You're going to play her? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm not going to. I haven't heard it. I thought because they were blurring everything out because I was.
This is the labor minister talking about all the soft issues. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, okay. I haven't heard her. I was like, I couldn't find a video that everything was blurred out.
Scale, the fact that we know that 10 people have lost their lives today is utterly horrendous, and that my heart breaks for those people and their families and for the communities affected across the world. I think it's important to note that the escalation of this narrative of who we're against and how much we want to divide each other and how much we want to attack each other, that is really at the core of a lot of the problems that we have in the country at the moment. And I firmly believe that people are good and that given the opportunity, they will look out for each other. And I just want to say that as much as possible, we should try and detoxify the way that we think of people who aren't like us, because our diversity in this country is our strength. And I firmly
go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
Pardon
there you
me.
go. See, I told you.
Well, I didn't know.
I'm gonna keep going. The ending is even better.
I'm
Go
on
right
the
to the end.
side of working together and celebrating our difference, because I was a community organizer a long time ago, and
Another Barack Obama.
Strongest campaigns that we ever worked on were about bringing people of different faiths and different worldviews and different backgrounds together.
Different cultural groups do not come together just because you go, hey, we're going to do it like Jenga, put them all together, because it's going to collapse. It doesn't work.
No.
It doesn't work.
There's a punchline. Keep going.
To find what we had in common. And at times like this, it makes me think of, what happened with Jo Cox and her speech and that mantra that she had about more in common. We have more in common than that divides us. And that is the most true statement we can think of at very difficult, testing, and anxiety-inducing times. And you know, I wish the best for everybody watching who is feeling anxious, and I hope we do get some formal news soon.
This is the Labour MP. So in
See, we need an
Australia,
enema. Remember the Joker? We need an enema. We need an enema.
We can't blame anybody. We can't see. I one of the kids things I told my kids when they were growing up and they could understand. And I said, you have to understand that even if you're best friends with someone and you love them to death, the moment they're behaving like an asshole, they are at that moment an asshole.
Exactly.
You can't go back and go, oh, but they are a nice person. You can't project into the future and go, oh, they'll get over it. No, at that very moment, they're behaving in a certain way. That's who they are. Like, that's it. And the story.
Yeah.
It's not rocket scientists. When you have, over the last 72 hours, a plot in France was foiled to blow up the Christmas proceedings. You had in Germany, they foiled to blow up the Christmas market.
Right.
We just had this on Bondi Beach. And we had Brown University 24 hours ago.
Yeah. And a person was shot in California. Just
that I didn't know till you told me. Yeah, I did.
Close to Robert Meyer Burnett.
Oh, yeah. Is that because I saw Robert listed? I hope he joins us today. I sent him the link. Robert, I don't know if y'all read this, but Robert Meyer Burnett, a good friend of ours, he wrote on his X timeline that someone drove by the house. I don't want to misquote.
Yeah, there was a Hanukkah, a house with a Hanukkah decoration, and I think they shot once, so I won't overdo it, but they did shoot a round into a house, yelling a specific happy slogan.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on.
And to me, this is all about the success of individuals allowing the conflation between what's happening in Gaza, which is horrible, with local Jews. This has got nothing to do with local Jews, but the governments and everyone has allowed it to be conflated just so they don't hurt a certain group of people.
Yep.
Or they're afraid of getting Charlie Hebdo'd.
Right. Here's the thing is those guys on Bondi Beach were yelling Allahu Akbar. We had in Brown University 4 reports. Same thing. At some point, you make a pattern. That's why I said you do. You make a pattern. It's like you can go hear these guys who are saying that they're peaceful, and then the next thing you know, there is a majority.
And the thing is, I think everyone who's sane has who's sane. All they want is the laws to be enforced. And for some reason, communities all over the world have decided that the laws really don't matter. Oh, let them blow off some steam. No, just apply the existing laws.
Same way you would treat me, in the same way you would treat Paulie and George. Treat us all the same.
Cool.
That's all you got to do.
Yes.
And everything will level set. Everybody will get to, okay, all right, if I do this, I'm not going to get away with it. I'm not going to be able to attack a young lady. And, they say, oh, well, he's an immigrant and he's coming from a different land. And, they have a different culture. You're not going to be able to do that shit. You come over to our country, you do that, you go to jail.
Yep.
All right. And that's it. That's the bottom line.
I'll tell you something.
They don't want to do that. They don't want to do that because they're afraid,
Enforce the laws equally for everyone, not equity, equally. Like 2 weeks ago, this happened in New York. People called the police. Please just enforce the laws. A group of people are blocking the middle of the road. They said, no, it was an assembly.
So I talked with a friend of mine who's Saudi, and I said, isn't blocking a public access way haram in the Quran? And he said, under most conditions, yes. So the North Americans, this would never be allowed in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, or the UAE because it is haram. You can't do it. You can sometimes during some religious festivals.
Holidays.
My friend, my friend said, Yeah, it can be done, but no, you can't just suddenly start praying even in Saudi Arabia and blocking passages. But for whatever reason, because of suicidal empathy, we
there you
can.
go.
Who are the imams letting this happen? They, those mosques should be shut down. I'm being really
no, go ahead. They should, because you know why? You have the call to prayer going on in New York 5 times a day, but you had Catholic, Episcopalian, and Methodist churches said they wanted to play the church bell. They said that violates the noise ordinance. I'm like, again, it's about the law.
Yeah, it's fairness. People are getting mad because the law is not being applied fairly for whatever reason. No one's asking for special dispensation.
Right.
Just like, why? Again, this is haram. According to my understanding and what Safwan told me, that they can't do this. Why is this allowed? Well, it's a power play. It's showing that we have power.
It is. It's what people do when they want to flex. They're like, yeah, we're going to do this. You're not going to do anything about it because we've made sure you can't. That's why I think people have to start enforcing the law, and they have to do that by obviously voting like your balls count on it and getting the right people in, because people are trying. Because you know what's going to happen? They're trying to force, somebody is trying to force a conflict. They want someone to just, they want people to fucking flip, pardon my language. They want them to flip and go, okay, enough. And then they're going to frame the people who flip, and they're going to go, there's the bad guy.
Well, but that's when the real power grab takes place, when you have all kinds of chaos. When chaos ensues, what was it in it was a Game of Thrones? Chaos is a ladder.
Chaos is a ladder,
yeah. Somebody's going to use that chaos to implement the real plans. You know, we already saw how they think when it came to the pandemic. You know, they're willing to lock us all up, lock us down, and keep us away from our families and loved ones. And we all went along with it. But we're not going to go along with the fake virus the next time. So what they're going to do is they're going to have to kick off something real. And when that kicks off, that's
we're going to have choices. We're going to have different choices. People are going to have to stand up at some point, because look at this. Now, the one guy who saved more people from being killed, you're going to find this interesting.
Oh,
Turkish guy.
I saw this video. I didn't know this was the same thing. I saw this video, but I didn't know this is from the beach.
Yep, that's from the beach.
Oh man, this dude's a hero.
Since there's only shooting, I think I can show it. There's no actual violence here. Well, a tackle. So that guy right there, he jumps on the shooter.
Yeah.
And stops him.
He's a hero.
He also takes two in the shoulder. And he knew nothing about guns. He was just pointing it at him. And those guys ran off, and the police, of course, 45 minutes late, they later found IEDs in one of their bags. So it was going to get worse.
Oh!
Yeah,
now, see, that's a human being to another human being. But I will say this. If the guy who was shooting that camera actually had a weapon, that shit would have been over with. Again, pardon my language today. I'm a little heated. That would have been over with, because instead of videotaping, he'd have been like, hey, and you know. But what happened, this stuff is getting crazier and crazier. And it ties together with just, again, in the last 72 hours, 4 instances, 5 with California. Then Robert Meyer Burnett saying people were driving around saying F Jews and shooting, and Brown University. And it's just.
And then listening to the president of Brown. Oh my God.
I couldn't listen to him anymore.
Her.
Oh, then I listened to the wrong guy. I was listening to the PR guy then. What did she say?
Oh, nothing. Like just
same stuff.
A whole
she was clueless.
Nothing.
She was clueless. She had no idea what was going on. 6 hours later, there was a reporter basically asking questions. Hey, what do you know about this? And, I don't know. Like, you're the president of the university, and you don't know anything. You don't know what's happening on your own university.
Well, she doesn't want to get her president. She doesn't want to get her commie teachers and students mad. This is what's outrageous, that she sounded like Bass, Helen Bass, with the cop, the LA mayor.
Oh, Karen Bass.
She is horrible.
Yeah,
horrible. I thought she was going to be gone after the Palisades fire, but she's not, and she's there, and she doubles down every day. Whenever ICE would show up, you saw her every day in front of the camera. You see our communities. She's like, how are people going to go vote with ICE threatening? I'm like, whoa. Citizens have nothing to be afraid of with ICE. So are you saying that you allow illegals to go?
So,
How
so
are
just
illegal aliens voting?
so just to make sure that our narrative is correct, number one, I hate to say this, we're up to 16 dead now. 16 dead. And I did a Grok search, and their story from there, wherever they derive their info, is that the police actually arrived fairly quickly. Not 40 minutes, under 10 minutes, including ambulance crews. One of the shooters was shot by the cop. Another was injured, but I don't know if you saw the scene where two of the perpetrators or alleged perpetrators were on the ground. One Australian without a shirt came by and just stomped on his head.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
We saw that.
I wonder if Yemeni got it. Yemeni got it wrong, because he was earlier saying 45 minutes.
No, according to I'm just
okay.
going
No,
through
I
the
believe
Grok
you. I
search.
believe.
I want to make sure that we're right and we're not.
Yes, of
repeating
course.
stuff.
No. I don't like to. That's why we
No,
correct
I know you
on
do.
there.
So I
hold on. Here we go. Hold on. Let me play this real quick. It's a news source. It just came out.
This is just and the Albanese government, the prime minister of Australia, has been one of the worst perpetrators of just letting this bullshit go. I think this New Year's or the last New Year's, they had this massive pro certain group parade. So, I hope the actors the 200 actors that signed their little bullshit thing, and the 2,000 actors that signed that other bullshit thing, I'd really like to see what they have to say. Where's your fucking video now? I would really like to see it, because all of that just fuels the permission to do this.
Absolutely.
And the fact that they're wrong about what it is they're saying about the war. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But a lot of people look up to them, and wrongly for the most part. But thank you very much, and you guys can go fuck yourselves. I'm sorry. Where's your video? I want to see your video now.
Into the show, so you can kind of
Roxanne,
Yeah.
can you hear me? Hold on, I'm just going to
Yeah,
turn
I can hear
down that one. So we've got Sylvia on the line, who was actually there when it happened. Sylvia, I'm just going to put her. It's
not just I was there. I was near the terrorism, near them, and they was coming to us. Like 7th of October, they coming to us, the Muslim. No police, no security. It was CSG, but they didn't have a gun. CSG.
So what exactly happened? You were there for the Hanukkah event.
In the Hanukkah, I go every year to the Hanukkah in Bondi Beach. Bondi Beach. I live not just by, and I go every year. And this year I went. It was in 5 o'clock, and it happened, I think, in 6:30. I'm not sure what time it was. And suddenly we hear. I was sitting laughing with my friend. Suddenly I heard some gun. No, I thought it's like that
Fireworks.
Firework. Sorry, I'm Israeli, so firework. So that's what I saw. So then I turned around. I saw 7 Muslims with the beer. I think they're religious.
Yeah.
With women costume, on shooting. With the big the M16, the gun. It's not a gun. It's the gun. The M16.
M16, the rifle.
Everyone, all Bondi Beach ran away. Not just that, but everyone in Bondi Beach ran away. But we are stuck there because a lot died. They are injured. A lot of injured. A little girl died near me. Another couple died. Everyone that was near me died.
How did you get away?
I was waiting, I pretend time died. A rabbi was near me, covered me. I think he was like, and I put something on me. I couldn't breathe. They said not to talk, not to breathe for 45 minutes. And the shooting didn't stop.
Someone called the police. In the moment he called the police, he died. They killed him. So someone else tried on the police.
That kind of confirms what you said. The moment the police arrived, they killed him.
Killed one guy and
Killed
shot
one guy.
another.
It's just horrific what is going on, and we have to stop perpetuating this. And Gad Saad said it. Paul said the same words a few minutes ago. Suicidal empathy. That there's nothing more dangerous. And do you want to know where the support comes for this? This is where you're going to be. A lot of people won't be, but this will blow your mind. This is where a lot of the support comes from. Here it is. Where does this come from? Who supports this mania? Here we go. I can't play the original video from this mother, so I'm going to play her second video. This mother likes to make a lot of videos. Listen to what she tells her child.
We were just talking about Reconciliation Week. And what did you say, Evie?
Mummy said that I was the white people and I don't want to.
Don't want to be the white people.
And I want to be the brown skin people.
Yeah, but we're trying to make it better, aren't we?
Yeah, and the white people took everything away, like children, babies, like that.
Away from them.
Away
from the Aboriginal people.
Yeah.
But now reconciliation is about making friends and trying to fix it, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's good.
Yeah, but I'm still upset about that white skin.
Yeah.
She's got the kid convinced to hate herself. The kid doesn't know what's going on, but this woman makes more videos and she talks about the people who are doing the shooting and how she supports them because they're fighting for their freedom and equality. Yeah.
Well, there's that one politician, female politician just now that's going viral where she talks about being ashamed that she's white.
I know. You shouldn't be ashamed of who you are. That's the thing. But telling a kid, that is sick.
Yeah, that's
sick. That is child abuse. That is. I do also carry, by the way, in Texas, thank God. Always.
Well, I always reserved the right to screw up my children. I always said that.
Yeah, but you know what? I would bet my life you would have never done that. Meaning, like, you would never come anything close. You do the regular, like we all do. We screw up our kids regular. Not, hey, I want you to hate yourself, little Susie.
Well, that's just performative bullshit. She has to do that to stay current with her knitting group. I screwed up my kids that, they're on one time. My daughter was, I think, coming out of that period where she needed a nap and didn't need a nap. And she was, I don't know, maybe 2 years old. And we were at the mall. And then around 1 o'clock, her usual nap time, she lost it. And she just dropped down to the ground and started flailing her arms. And she started just screaming outside of Gap. And I went, okay, what's going on? Of course, everybody in the mall is staring at us, And I went, okay, I'm just going to lie down next to her. So I laid down next to her, looked up at the ceiling, and I went, wow, Haley, I've never seen the mall from this side before. That's a really nice ceiling. And then and I'm lying down on the nice cold concrete terrazzo, and then finally she stopped wailing, and then I heard, Dad, get up. I went, no, I think this is a good idea. I'm liking it down here. Dad, you're embarrassing me. Okay, let's get up. So that's why my kids are screwed.
Well, we'll move on for that. We'll wait later till Platoon and Verbal get here. But here's a positive story because it still shows us there's faith in humanity. We got a lot of uphill battles to fight, but when you hear stories like this, it tells you, yeah, it's worth it because it's the thing it's the thing the media does not report on because they want to play this game of divide and conquer.
It
is. He saved his life, He saved his life, had a good time. Man. Is DA here? Oh, your screen is kind of fuzzy.
Me? I'm still here.
Yeah, I thought it froze for a second. Oh, okay.
No, he's fuzzy. Oh. Wow, that's a great story. Thank you very much. That's
an
awesome story, man.
It is, but that's what gives me my, it always keeps my faith in humanity. And then I found this video before we move on.
Well, can I say one thing?
Yes, please.
Is it Darnell? Anyway, he doesn't have bad thoughts. it's I've been watching a series of videos. I'm sorry, of your compatriots, DA, mostly women who are, for whatever reason, are just hating on white people. Like that seems to be a trend. Like, why would you record the video in the first place? But I'm watching them on TikTok. I don't get it. But the problem is that it's not a question of them changing their minds. They don't have a good heart, like ever. To begin with, that's the problem. Darnell has never had a bad thought in his life.
He's a good person. Yeah.
So this thing that he did is part of his continuum,
right?
As a good person. But the people online who are doing these all sorts of horrendous videos, like, first of all, why would you record yourself expelling such bile to begin with? That doesn't really give me much hope that you were fine just before this video and you're evil during.
But it's just like I found videos of people celebrating the National Guard getting shot.
Yeah.
So what the hell are you doing?
Yeah. Did they have a change of mind? No, they've been always evil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just like I know DA has always been a good person.
Thank you.
Yeah, DA is a good guy. DA is basically preach.
Well, I mean, one of the things I've always said is if you don't, kind of police your own, communities, when there's some nonsense going on, essentially those people, the bad people in your community will end up being defining your community,
Absolutely.
That's a terrible thing to say, but
it's true, though.
But it's true. The bad people in your community will end up defining your community if you do not police them. And so, it's part of the thing is you gotta take some of these guys aside and talk to them. But I don't know. It's weird how some communities they seem to understand that and they get their bad actors in order, and some of them just let it go by the wayside.
I'm glad when you have. That's why I try to every week dig out one or two stories. Because we have to have that. We have to see that it's real, because the media just doesn't show that. When I was growing up, you'd always have a positive story. They would try to make sure, because you'd be like, murder at 6 p.m. But hey, 6:15, guess what? Somebody saved somebody's cat or kid, and it just reminds you that it's not all just crap.
I will say that I'm really happy Hollywood has stopped making movies of white women saving black sports figures. That really got tiresome. I don't think I could handle any more of those.
Oh God. I have something I want to play later, which is going to tie into that perfectly, but we have to save it. It's funny. I went, because, we have Hanukkah and Christmas. My family's like Civil War, half Christian, half Jewish. So everybody kind of like hates each other. Not really. We all love each other.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But so it's the Hanukkah bush and the Christmas tree, kind of like the same thing. But I went to the mall and it looked nothing, because I have ordered so much stuff online over the years. I'm like, I want to go back to the mall. Well, very few to find around, but none of them reminded me of what it was like when I was growing up. So I went and found this video of what it was like in the 80s and 90s in a mall at Christmas time. If you haven't seen it or you want to remember. that time period in a way. I mean, it's like I went to the mall and there was a singular Christmas tree. That was it. Nothing else. No decorations. Bupkis.
Terrible, man. Yeah.
Yeah, there's this weird trend where groups on the left don't want to have us enjoy our regular things, and then they protest. I don't understand this mania around that. Last year, I think we had a group of people protesting in one of our big malls, just the Santa lineup. We go around, sit. Well, we did that like every single year. I
always love sitting with
there's
Santa.
a group of people now that are, feel an affrontage.
They're just miserable, man. They
Miserable.
just hate being happy, man. It's misery loves company. So they want to visit their misery on you.
Yeah.
The happy-go-lucky person that doesn't have a care in the world or does have cares in the world. But you know what? I'm out here. I'm doing my thing. I'm not going to sit up here and cry and complain 24/7 about everything. But that's not what these guys want to do. They constantly have some beef, some like the most complaining I ever do is about Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's the only complaining I ever do in life. Everything else, I'm like, it's good. All right. The sun is out. Good. I got my health for the most part. I have friends. I have family. I have loved ones. Everybody just, chillax. But they can't do it, man. They're too busy being angry. All right. And then they got to post it all over social media.
Oh, I know.
Damn.
That's the worst.
Although I got slammed for my recent video. I don't know. Are you wearing your super outfit because of my video?
No. What'd you say, man?
I did a video. It's time to ditch all superhero costumes in movies.
Why? What happened?
No, I'm just saying it's childish. I'm tired of it. They look stupid.
Yeah.
You're defined by your power, not by what you dress as.
Your power. Okay.
So I did this, and man, people hate the video.
Oh,
well, I mean, superheroes are part of who we are, man. We look up to our heroes. They
you don't have to dress in Spanish.
You don't have to dress like them. I got you.
That's
I
what
love my superhero gear, man. I love it. I'm never giving it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
gonna be buried just like this, man. This is how I plan on getting buried.
So I thought you might have watched my video and are now getting back at me for it.
I'm saying, nah. This is just me on a normal Sunday.
Okay, so you need to leave a really terrible remark on my channel.
I'm gonna check it out right after this and see what you said. Sheesh, come on.
Can y'all check out the private chat real quick? 1 second.
Okay. Oh yeah, we got to bring up some.
I'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll talk amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, yeah. So I just proposed that, notwithstanding maybe Spider-Man and Batman, it's just gotten tiresome.
Yeah. What would you replace it with, though? You got to have something cultural that everybody, is kind of, gravitating towards.
Well,
right?
my point was, throughout the ages, we've had people who were heroic, who fitted into society. The cowboys are heroic cowboys, still had the chaps and the spurs and the guns and the thing,
Sure.
and they just kind of looked like everyone else. But Lord of the Rings, even though we had a fantasy thing, they still ended up looking like people of the time that Tolkien was alluding to, even though there were dwarves in armor. It was armor, but they had special decorations, but those decorations were often put onto swords and things anyway of that time. So
of that time.
It was of like Superman does not fit in that outfit. I mean, yes, he's from Krypton, but it's just so. I mean, they've tried it already. X-Men, they kind of toned them down in this, the black leather outfits and stuff like that.
Oh, nah, man, those are terrible. You
Those
got to
were
go
terrible.
back to
No. Yeah, I completely agree with you. But I liked Quicksilver. I liked Hancock. Like, I know people don't like the movie, but I enjoyed Hancock. And I just started remembering, you know what? If we don't need everybody with a secret identity. We don't need everybody. Like, what happens if Batman, everyone knew that it was Bruce Wayne, and he's just fucking nuts. Yeah. And every night he gets into the outfit, but the town knows, it's Bruce. But he's fighting crime, and he's good at it. But he's nuts. But we don't mind. Like,
right.
Like, and so it's not so comic bookish, and we get rid of the stupid superheroes with no powers at all, like Hawkgirl and things like that. But like Iron Man is a very good example of someone who actually fits, because it's a dude who loves cars. He can afford to make this special suit. He doesn't seem out of, like, he's a true superhero. Like, in the sense that I don't mind him in an outfit. But I don't, the Green Lantern doesn't have to be in that stupid outfit. He's got a ring, right? He doesn't have to be dressed up in the goofy. Anyway, though that was kind of my gist. And man, I got hammered.
I gotta check it out. I'm
gonna go watch
I
it.
completely disagree with the premise, but I hear what.
No, that's fine, and I don't know. But oh my god! And the people didn't give any arguments. They went, no, I'm used to them like that. Was that an argument?
I always watch your videos right after the show, but you brought up the lanterns. I missed that part. How did that?
The lanterns, Green Lantern. He's gone.
He hates comic book superheroes. That's
you don't like any comic book
superheroes. I hate them.
Somebody gave him that. Somebody gave him that for the video. Don't listen to it.
It's just the cover. I printed it out just for the
Hey,
video.
wow.
Hey.
Whoa, you win Denzel.
Look at that, man.
Yeah,
Cute model.
It was time, man. The fro was getting a little out of hand. So
Oh wow, there we go. He's going on Denzel. He's getting ready. Equalizer.
I'm starting to look like fucking Pennywise, man.
Chicago mayor we talked about earlier with the point.
yeah.
Do you remember the I think it was Naked Gun where O.J. Simpson, they were pretending they were back in the disco days, and he had to go through this door, and he had this massive fro.
Oh hell yeah, exactly.
Wouldn't go through the fro, going through the door. You look very handsome.
Thank you.
I have to
appreciate
say
that.
Wow, we learned something new about Paul.
I used to have an Argentinian business partner, and we'd be walking along in Toronto, and then I would see a couple, and I'd say, "Oh, that's a good-looking couple. The woman and the guy are both, really good-looking." But he was a macho guy. He's no, the man cannot. You cannot say the man is good-looking. No, absolutely not.
You can't say that in Greece. You cannot
say the man is good-looking, or you're
can't say that in Greece.
You can't say that in the hood either. You can't.
You can't
get away with that one.
Oh.
No, you can say it, but you have to say no homo right after.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You gotta say no homo right after that.
or no Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. No, in Greece, you're like exit only. You're like, yeah, good looking guy. No.
Yeah, that's
no
really so. That's you can't just say, hey, that guy.
No. If you're above 80, you can, and that anything goes then. But below that, you're gonna get the wrong. You're gonna give the wrong signals.
I just feel comfortable in my skin to be able to say she's hot and he's good. But Mom, my business partner. Oh no, good, can't do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
No, look, man, it's different in Hollywood because, especially if you work in the business, I mean, you know what sells, right?
Sure.
You know what the ladies want to see, and the gays, right? I mean, come on.
They always throw that out
you know what they want.
Yeah.
Hey, they want to see Jason Momoa with his shirt off. They want to see Chris Hemsworth with his shirt off.
Correct. That's exactly right.
Did y'all see that Sting got honored this week?
With what?
Yeah, he got some kind of like honor for his career.
Oh yeah.
The problem is somebody actually filmed him. Jose Feliciano.
Oh yes.
Played one of his most famous songs.
Yeah, Jose is like 90.
Yeah, I think it was Jose Feliciano.
Yes, correct.
And Sting's face is just, what the hell is going on?
That's quite the weave he's got.
You play every night you stay, I'll be watching you. Oh, you belong to me.
That has, dude.
How my poor heartache.
Oh no.
With every step you.
What did you see? I know it's an old clip.
Is it?
Yes, it's an old clip.
Okay.
It's called A Transition, but thank you. I appreciate it. I just
You know what,
find it
though, like
funny.
other celebrities, or I mean other legends have done this before. Like I remember like Prince had a tribute to him, and the look on his face when they were singing his songs was like
I know.
he was in physical pain watching it.
Wow.
Could you imagine though what it must have been like to sitting there listening to one of his most famous songs? He looks like he's about to,
You know what? I would never personally do these kind of things if I were a singer, because it's no win. There's no win for you, man.
Although the Heart, when they did Led Zepp, Stairway to Heaven, that was insane with the full choir, orchestra.
But that's the thing. You got to be like so good that it's like
Paige was crying.
Yeah. You have to be that good, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just sound like a lesser version of the original, and nobody wants to hear that.
Right.
No, that's Mel Torme singing, singing Metallica.
Bad. And then in the UK, we had I think this was a demonstration video. There were a couple of people who were trying to push this off as actual news. Hey, Sandra, great to see you. Trying to push this off as actual news. I'm like, I won't believe it. I'm like, this has to be a training video, because you have firefighter going to save a woman in a puddle, but it doesn't make sense.
A woman never. I saw this. I didn't get what was going on.
What?
So she grabbed it.
This can't be real.
I think it has to be a training video, is what I think. It has to be a training video.
I don't understand what the point of what they're trying to do.
They're trying to rescue her.
From what?
From the puddle.
But what are they throwing at her?
Some kind of cord so she doesn't, I don't know, get pulled away by the current?
By the puddle current?
I don't know.
So she doesn't drown? Oh, this is too stupid. This is stupid.
But I think that's why I said it has to be training. Nothing else would make sense.
First of all, why couldn't she just drive through that?
The only thing that makes sense is training, because the reality, if this was real, they're not lost. They're just fucked.
You always have to be careful when you get stuff on.
I mean, she can walk through it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you have to be careful. I check the very first thing.
No, help! I'm drowning. Yeah.
If it's AI, but they're trying to save her from Sandersons from the gay jaguar. I love Sanders. Oh, that's perfect. After that, we also have, he just discussed lanterns. So the lanterns teaser came out. I think it's like 7-8 seconds. Might as well show it.
Yeah, they don't show a lot.
Nah.
Is this another DC thing?
Yeah.
I've trained my entire life for this. You're not ready to get up front of the class touring, says you are.
That was it.
That was it.
I mean, look, I think this has potential to be something kind of cool. I love the idea of Hal Jordan being like the old grizzled, veteran who's training the rookie John Stewart. Like, I think that's kind of a cool idea. My problem though is that they haven't shown anything that looks like a Green Lantern show. You know what I mean? Like, it looks like a buddy cop thing, sure, but where's the Green Lantern? Like, where's the superhero?
We saw his ring.
We saw the ring, sure, but I'm just saying, like, so far it's not looking like. I mean, you have to remember, like, Green Lantern, they're the cops of the galaxy.
Of the galaxy,
like, they're galactic cops. So everything I've seen has been so earthbound and so like True Detective, that I'm not seeing where the superhero part of this is.
DA, did you see the teaser for Lanterns?
Yeah. Yeah.
What'd you think? What'd you think? You agree with
it's
verbal?
a nothing burger. It's nothing to it. Yeah. I mean,
are you looking forward to the show?
I was before everything else James Gunn did destroyed my hype. Yeah, I was looking forward to all of this stuff, and now I'm just like, man, whatever. Yeah, I don't really care. Yeah,
Yeah,
but yeah, I saw it. It was.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Dude.
No, I was just gonna say, yeah, I saw it. It was a nothing burger. They're not gonna give too much away. I think they're still like shooting it because remember, it was supposed to come out in the first quarter.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
And now it's being bumped all the way past Supergirl. So it's like, okay, what are y'all doing to this? They got to be changing up something. James Gunn, look, his job's on the line. They got to be thinking, hey, what can we do to try to fix, where we're at right now? Maybe, they're adding Superman to, maybe I don't know what they're doing to Lanterns, but I think whatever they started with is not what they got going now. I think it's completely changed. So,
well, here's the thing, man. I think James Gunn has lost a lot of
credibility.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think, and not because Superman was bad. It wasn't. I still stand on Superman was a fine movie. It was fine.
I think
Superman
it
was cool.
fine.
Like I didn't hate it. My problem with everything James Gunn has done though is
it's Guardians of the Galaxy.
He's
Come on, he's a one-trick pony.
No, you know what he's doing? He's overselling. He's overselling his shows, and that's what I was trying to think about. He's trying to promise too much. And not in the film itself, but just in the promotion of these things. Like with Peacemaker season 2, he completely oversold that. He did oversell Superman a little bit. I think that he's hurting himself. You know what it is? I just think Warner Bros. Needs a marketing team, man. I don't think they're utilizing.
And a good director. And come on, did that remind you? Okay,
about Supergirl, right?
Well, because what he's making isn't horrible stuff, man. My thing is that
horrible,
he's overselling what he's making, though.
Correct, I hear that, but to me, it is not horrible. I found parts of it enjoyable. I think when we had this discussion originally, I said I liked some of it. I liked a lot of it.
Yeah,
but it didn't click to me as a film. As DC, it didn't. It felt Marvelized. Nothing felt to me. It didn't feel like Superman in that way.
I said it before, like Superman is like larger than life, right? Like to me, DC characters have always been like the pantheon of superheroes, all right? Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, like the Greek
Trinity.
god, right? The Greek gods. And Marvel has always been like, the guys next door. Your buddy Peter Parker. I know that kid, he's a homie or whatever. And then he becomes a superhero. Versus you got like the quote unquote gods and monsters, which is what he said DC was. But then the second thing, he's giving us Peacemaker. Like Peacemaker feels like neither god nor monster. And that's what James Gunn is good at. And that's what he wants to do. But it doesn't seem like his style is suited for Superman, for Batman. Like it just doesn't seem like that's what James Gunn is good at.
Yeah, I don't think he's suited for DC. I don't think he's.
Yeah, he's better off in Marvel. Yeah,
you know what? No. It's not just DC. I think Gunn excels at obscure characters. Right? He loves taking like these obscure characters that no one really knows about and makes them big. Right? It's like look, unless you're like super hardcore, no one knew who the Guardians of the Galaxy were before we saw the movie. I did because I fucking collected comics since the 80s. Like I've known who the Guardians were before Star-Lord was even part of the team. Right. So. But the majority of America or the world, no one knew who the Guardians were, and he's good at taking these characters that no one knows and bringing them to life. I think when you give him something like a Superman or even a Spider-Man or whatever, I don't think he's good at mainstream characters, and he's getting revealed because of it, right?
But you don't think he in any way marvelized Superman? Like the what was it that when he's in that alternate dimension and he's trying to save the baby and they're in that pixelated, I don't know, whatever the waterfall. So that, like all the color palettes didn't remind me of DC. They reminded me of, again, Marvel. Like I feel like it was 10 times better than Joss Whedon's Justice League, but it was in that Marvel.
That's a low bar, man.
No, that's why I'm not trying to compare, but you remember like they brought him in because Snyder had done this whole dark thing. And they're like, no, you need to give it a little bit of that Marvel shot. Well, I think Gunn was like, okay, I'm going to take Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm going to take the core of it and I'm going to slap Superman and these other kids. That's what I felt. I could be wrong.
George, here's the thing. Even if he had done that, I would have been okay, fine with that. My thing is I'm questioning his choices right now, right? Because why would you jump from Superman to your next big thing being Supergirl, right? Not Wonder Woman, not Batman, but Supergirl. Like he's not really setting up this universe
correctly.
Remember, he should have moved directly to one of the Trinity, all right, And if he couldn't do Batman, I would have done Batman second, but because of Matt Reeves' Batman, he doesn't.
Yeah, he couldn't do it. I get that. Yeah.
Well, then you got to go to Wonder Woman, right? So then you just do Wonder Woman instead
or
of
Green
Supergirl,
Lantern.
because Supergirl, I'm sorry, I don't know what he's planning on setting up with Supergirl, but I think the fans have checked out. Okay, I think everybody has pretty much said whatever, we'll catch it on HBO Max or maybe Netflix or whatever. But they're not going to be lining up in the theaters to go watch this movie. And his universe is about to die right then and there. And then following that up is Clayface. So it's like, what are we setting up?
We're
here,
just
man?
crazy.
Like,
we're getting a Clayface before Batman.
Yeah,
we're getting a Batman villain before we actually get Batman.
It doesn't make sense, man. Like, why is Peacemaker? And then the choices he made with Peacemaker, it's the movie or the TV show that follows Superman. And he said, we're trying to get we're trying to get people to watch Peacemaker. So we're going to release Superman early on VOD. And it's like, okay, I guess that's what he said he was doing. And then next thing you know, what do we get? We get a full frontal nudity orgy in the first episode. And it's like, wait, what universe are we watching here? What is this guy setting up? This doesn't make any damn sense. This is stupid. So the man's he's just all over the place. He doesn't have a coherent through line where it's like, okay, I can see what he's building. If you go back to the only cinematic universe, in my opinion, that's ever worked, which is the MCU, look at the first 3 or 4 movies in the MCU. They all had a different tone. All right. They all had a different flavor to it. Iron Man was not the same style of movie as Captain America. It wasn't the same as the Hulk, wasn't the same as Thor, right? But they were able to build the MCU, the first phases off of that. You look at James Gunn, everything feels the same.
That's why I said Guardians.
Looks exactly like Guardians. It looks exactly like
Guardians. Then it feel exactly like Guardians. That's what I was like. It's like, here we go again. Anybody who hasn't seen it, we're going to show you the Supergirl trailer, and to those who've already
seen
it,
because I already got struck.
Twice, actually. What do you mean, struck or copyrighted?
Well, you got
copyrighted, but
copyrighted. Yeah.
You mean like you had to remove it?
But my point is, I guess that
I did. But it was a reaction video, so I mean, it's like the whole video, basically, right?
I did because we were but the audience hasn't.
I'm sure they have.
Yep.
We'll find out. But I didn't monetize this live stream today.
Then you're fine. Then you're fine.
Because we were talking about what happened.
As long as y'all monetize it, you're good.
Yeah, no, it's not monetized because I didn't want to monetize it with the tragedy and the Hanukkah attack today. Hold on.
Right.
He pisses on Superman.
Big deal.
That doesn't bother. Well, you don't like superheroes.
No, I'm a Marvel guy.
Okay, I get it, but you don't think that sends a message? He's peeing on Superman. I don't
care. It's just a superhero.
It's Superman.
Bad dog owner.
Well, she's kind of a drunkard.
Clearly. Yeah, clearly.
And years ago, Supergirl, I think, is 83 years old. Why did they pick a story from 2 years ago? 80 plus years.
But
80 years where she's like perfect.
Now you're arguing about how many angels can swim on the head of a pin. I mean, no, these are
because they can sell the comic with this. So they'll sell copies of the comic
and then
they're advertising the movie. Because I think there was a comic, a shot of the comic at the end of the trailer, right? So they're trying to get people to go and buy the comic.
Buy it now.
So they put the trailer out. They go get people to buy the comic. That's more sales for the comic. So on and so forth. It's smart marketing. I agree with that.
Yeah, but here's the crazy thing to me about all of this is like there's actually a good movie in here somewhere, right? Like I'm looking at it and I'm looking at
what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, there is a good movie in here somewhere, and maybe look, guys, this is a teaser, so I don't want to put too much emphasis on the teaser. I
don't like the character. I will just tell you. I don't like drunk Supergirl. I don't. I think we've seen this before. And how many characters and how many shows? Drunk, bitchy.
But George, I don't mind that either. Only because, man, we already have Clark Kent, dude. We already have the straight-laced, moral, Kryptonian.
I know.
I don't mind having a hot mess Kryptonian at this point.
I'll put it to you this way: you like Star Trek? Do you like Star Trek?
Like old Star Trek? Yes.
Old Star Trek. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Could you get enough old good Star Trek?
No, I love it.
No,
I love
okay. So I don't see anything wrong then with a female version of Clark. Just
but we already have it, man. Like why do I need a Clark Kent with tits when I already have Clark Kent, right? Like, but my thing is this: when I say there was a movie in here somewhere, the partnership with her and Lobo could have been something really interesting, right? And again, I don't know, maybe it is, right? I'm speaking from a teaser, not having seen the movie. So maybe there's going to be more to it than what we're seeing.
They're supposed to partner up, I thought. It's supposed to be buddy cop.
Well, okay, but the problem with the buddy cop is there needs to be a straight man and then the crazy one, right?
Right. This one
who's the crazy one here? Her or Lobo, right?
Right. I think it's Crazy Dark and Crazy Girl. Or maybe it's her arc. She becomes, I don't know.
You know what?
I'm sure that's arc.
George, there's at least another hour's worth of footage more than what we just saw. I just want to point that out.
Yeah, absolutely. I get that. I know. I'm just saying what irritated me. I am looking forward to Lobo. I guess I'm just not a.
I was never a big fan of Blondie, the perfect hair Blondie Supergirl. Never. I hated her.
Oh, I love that. Helen Slater, horrible movie, but I like the way she looked.
Yeah, to me, in the comic book, she was boring. She was never a well-written character, I didn't think. In the few that I read.
I agree.
That's why, again, you don't go to Supergirl second. Supergirl is for phase 2, phase 3. It's like a different, you push her down the line. You don't go immediately because you're trying to build your universe. You're trying to get people excited. And Supergirl is not a character that moves the needle like that. So you got to save her for chapter 2 of Gods and Monsters or whatever he's doing.
Wasn't he originally supposed to be The Authority was next on the original slate from 2 years ago?
Yeah, I think it was like The Authority. And then I think
nobody knew about him.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're following the success of Marvel, we talked about it already earlier. I think what did make it work is we had a singular Iron Man, a couple of them. We had a singular Captain America, loved it. I could have actually kept him in World War II for a little bit longer. Like he didn't have to get suddenly thrown into the ice and frozen for the future. You know, just take it easy, guys. There's so much stuff. I loved Captain America 1. It was filled with so much stuff, including making fun of the fact that he was the symbol of jingoism, American jingoism, and and he was embarrassed. I mean, there was a lot of layers in that movie, and he was heroic, and it was, I could have used more of that. So and then we had a singular Thor, a couple of those.
Kenneth Branagh.
Follow that. Go back to DC. Give me a singular Superman. Give me a singular, Green Lantern. Give me a singular, assorted, Batman, and then start working in the into the group stuff like Marvel did. I'd be happy.
But that's the thing. I think what they're doing is they're trying to use the cheat code, right? Like they're instead of focusing. Like here's the thing, man, and people need to remember this about Marvel, about the MCU. It was a slow build.
Yeah,
it was a slow build. It was not like, hey, we got Avengers.
No, it was 10 years.
The first 2 years, right?
That was great. It was 4 years.
I enjoyed it.
It was a slow build, man, and it was earned.
Yep,
it was earned, right? They're all trying to cheat now. They're trying to like get to that level, to that thing very fast.
You're right.
And here's the thing: the public is smarter than that. The audience is smarter than that. So they're not falling for it.
No.
But that's why I said they're not. But remember, the first few Marvel movies had their own directors, and each one was allowed to have their own style and voice.
Yes.
After what was it? Was it after literally? It was after the Avengers that everything started to become slowly more cookie cutter. Like you could tell Marvel.
Well, it was definitely after Guardians for sure. Things became very uniform.
Or like you could tell, it's like they have a formula. This is what it is, and each movie followed it. Just story was different.
In fact, formula. it was called the MCU formula.
Yep.
Right. Like that term came from that, man.
Yep.
I wish they'd go back to
the point where they had a guy like Sam Raimi and wouldn't let him go full Raimi.
Yeah, I know.
You have Sam Raimi on a Doctor Strange movie, and you don't let him go buck fucking wild with that.
If they had just let Sam Raimi be Sam Raimi, can you imagine what kind of a Doctor Strange movie we would have got that it doesn't need to fit into whatever Kevin Feige is trying to accomplish? It would have been astounding.
Oh yeah,
that drove me nuts. Why did we need Scarlet Witch in a Doctor Strange movie?
To continue her
We got to build out the multiverse.
Well, George, not only that, but to continue her story on a show that
on a TV show
few people have watched.
I know, I know.
Right?
It's
Based on the show, hardly anyone watched. And
so if you
look,
just watch
don't
the
get me
movies,
started.
the last thing you remember was Scarlet Witch was good, and then all of a sudden she's evil, and it's like, when did all of this happen?
Yeah. I love Benedict Cumberbatch's
Benedict
Doctor Strange, and they didn't let him have the movie. Didn't let him do it.
First Doctor Strange is good. The
Right.
second one's just
Hey,
the few times they let Raimi be Raimi were the best scenes in the movie, right?
Yes.
Like the scene where Strange takes over the dead body. I'm like, okay, that's Sam Raimi.
Yeah,
that is some
was
evil
good.
dead shit right there.
Yeah.
It was.
I hope that hasn't scared Sam Raimi off from comic book movies, because I would love to see him.
It might have, man. Honestly,
I don't think so. I don't think it will. He's
You guys got to remember, man. A lot of these directors, like, they take these gigs because they want to do them, man. But once you put a handcuff on them, they're not going to jump back in bed with like your studio. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Raimi needs the money and he'll do another one, but I doubt it.
and don't like her looks. I love her acting. But
No, she's kind of hot too, though.
I don't think she's hot. It's just weird looking to me. I like.
I don't know. She kind of does it for me. What can I say?
Well, good. Well, everybody's got their own flavor, their own brand. Too flat for me.
Babe, it's not.
Is she though?
Very.
She's too flat. We saw her in House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
She had some pretty decent knockers, man, from what I remember.
I remember flat and looks like you're going to get splinters hugging her.
Yeah. This scene.
Man, this whole trailer is Guardians of the I went back and watched this and pictured Peter Quill in every scene that she's in, and all I see now is Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
You just put Peter Quill. Go back and just watch the trailer and just imagine her being Peter Quill. The whole thing looks and feels like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Girldians of the Galaxy.
I called it the Kryptonians of the Galaxy because that's basically what this is.
That's it.
Yeah, and why is she putting up her hands to guns? It's Supergirl.
I think she's just playing a part.
She's just having fun.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh, you've got me.
Yeah.
Cool. Guardians.
That's the main villain, right?
That's the main villain. Yeah.
Where did he go? That guy. I mean, I don't know. That just reminds me a lot.
Yeah,
of
it's the whole look. Everything feels like Guardians of the Galaxy, man. You can imagine this being the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, man.
Planet where she doesn't have full access to her powers.
Supposedly, yeah, because she goes to planets to get drunk.
Right, red stars.
Yeah,
red suns.
So everybody was asking, how does she have her powers if she's on a planet with a red sun? I guess we'll find out.
The S stand. Someone said.
Well, I'm sure not all this takes place on the same planet either. So.
Yeah, I like that. Rogue attraction.
The S stands for Star-Lord.
Nice.
Oh man. The other thing is the music doesn't match though. Guardians. Because Quill was taken from Earth, so it makes sense. He loved the music that he heard from his mom that she made him the tapes. This one's like what? She heard Blondie. And where the hell was Lobo? It's like I had to keep rewinding.
Yeah, I mean that's him right there.
I know for a second. I thought they'd show more, but I'm griping now.
But it's just a teaser trailer.
I know. I said I'm griping to gripe. I wanted to see
yourself. Lobo was the biggest sell of this movie.
Oh yeah.
More people are going to watch this movie because of Lobo than Superman. I mean Supergirl.
That's what I'm looking for because I think Momoa was meant to play Lobo, not Aquaman.
I hated the second Aquaman.
Yeah. The first
I think most people did.
Yeah, and I still make money.
I've already forgotten it. I memory holded. I couldn't.
But I don't blame Momoa. I was going to say Mimosa. The script overbroed him. Like it drove me nuts. Like the whole take it back, guys. It doesn't have to be so bro. Like forget it.
I get it. Like Aquaman has never been the most dynamic character in comics. He's always, in fact, for the longest time, he was known as Blonde Superman. Yeah. Right, or Superman of the Sea. Like he didn't really have an identity.
Oh yeah,
like it wasn't until later when they started giving him more of like a King Arthur type,
right?
Personality and he had the long hair and the beard, where he became his own guy, and I get that. So Momoa putting his, broing him out a little bit was fine.
In the first movie.
In the first movie, that was fine. But they way
but the
way
second one was bro this, bro that, brother.
Well, they put him with what's the name? It was like a buddy road.
His brother, who was the bad guy.
Yeah.
In the first,
and
in the
so
first movie.
that just amped up the bro. Just like we got to talk, we got to say bro, like we got to push it out there because that's what we're doing with this story.
Aqua Bros.
But here's the thing. The ladies love Momoa.
Yeah.
So they will. The ladies
they
will
love
turn
him
up
as
for Jason
Lobo.
Momoa movie faster than they would a Supergirl movie or a Marvel's movie, right?
Yeah, but they didn't like him in the Fast and Furious. I remember the articles coming out. Remember the Psycho?
They still showed up.
They still showed up.
Look, hey, they didn't show up for Aquaman though. Or Aquaman 2. They didn't show up for Aquaman 2. So there are limits to Jason Momoa's powers.
Do you remember that? Do you remember that in the last Fast and Furious where he's the psychotic killer and he's like doing his fingernails and he's like, look, they're pink. I was like, what the hell, Jason Momoa?
No, they want Momoa being like, macho alpha male Momoa.
I remember Momoa taking off with Game of Thrones, Khal Drogo.
Yeah,
that's the first time I saw him.
Yep.
I saw him in a Stallone movie was the first time, and then in a horrible Conan ripoff.
Oh, that Conan movie was not good at all.
No.
But the first thing I saw him in was Stargate, but that was even then it was just like 1 or 2 episodes. He was a regular. I wasn't a big fan of the show.
Oh yes, the Stargate Atlantis.
That's right. But he didn't become well known until Game of Thrones. Like that's when he became
Khal Drogo. He was awesome in it. Yeah.
So what does this movie need to do, Supergirl? what does it need to do to be a success?
Focus on Lobo.
Oh yeah, you go Lobo.
No, I mean like box office wise, like what is?
I don't know how much. What's the budget? I've heard different figures.
I heard 200 million. That's what I heard. I mean, we all know once you hear that number, add another 100 million to that. But I've heard 200 million.
But what's his name? Gunn said he shot that down to Forbes. No, there's no truth to it. It's not 200 million. So it doesn't. Who knows what it is?
How could it not be? Is the question. Like.
Agree with you, but how much could she actually call the actors? Like, what would you pay the actors? Momoa, I could see getting a big hefty paycheck. The effect.
I'll be honest. I don't think either actor is making over 10 mil.
Well, I could see Momoa make it 10. How much would you pay her? $1 million?
That's what I'm saying. I don't think. I think Momoa will probably get about 10. She'll probably get like maybe 5 or 7, maybe.
Really?
No, I say 5 or 7. She's not getting 20 mil. I'll tell you that.
Wow.
What has she done except for House of the Dragon?
That's what I'm saying. She's not getting 20 mil for this film, man. Like few actors are. That's a great. People think that very few actors these days are making 20 mil a movie. You know what I mean? This ain't the old days where Will Smith and all these people were getting 20 mil for everything that they do. Jim Carrey getting 20 mil for Ace Ventura 2. Like we're past those days.
Tom Hanks and all of them's like, how much?
Yeah, they're not making 20 mil a movie anymore.
Well, here's the thing. Since we're talking about DC and we got to wrap it up real quick, Batman 2, they just confirmed yesterday that Scarlett Johansson's in it and she's playing Harvey Dent's wife.
Yeah.
They've cast her.
So they're pulling Harvey Dent into this movie?
Apparently,
in it. And they originally thought she was going to be Poison Ivy, but then they're like, no, it leaked. They confirmed it. She's going to play Harvey Dent's wife.
You know what though? Here's the thing. This Batman universe, the Matt Reeves, it's an Elseworlds story, man. Like it's not. So they can kind of do whatever they want at this point, and this isn't like the regular Batman continuity. So,
but that's my point is, how is he going to have another Batman when you have Batman? And Matt Reeves is Batman.
I think that was a stupid decision.
Yeah.
I think they should have let Matt Reeves in his run with the Penguin series, just let it all in, and Gunn just takes over, and everything is new. You don't add in these other things that are going to confuse the audience, right? Because that's what they're doing. They're confusing the audience because they're going to think that the Batman, like I'm talking like normies, are going to think the Batman is part of the James Gunn thing, and it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have two Batman running at the exact same time. Yeah, that's a problem. But at the end of the day, look, I don't know if James Gunn makes it past Man of Tomorrow anyway. Because
I agree.
The way his universe is set up, I don't know if he gets past that movie. So, it might not. It might be all for nothing. They might just let Matt Reeves take it over. Say, all right, Matt, especially if the second Batman does well, Batman Part 2 does well, they might actually just say, why don't you just keep going? And we'll, tailor out what James is doing.
Well, I think James Gunn has a contract, and he has. Look, I don't think James Gunn is going anywhere.
Well, he's done in 27, right? His contract
is up in 27. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
So-
Paramount buys it, I don't know if they have a good relationship with him. The LSU. I
Unless
don't
Man
know.
Tomorrow just does really bad, then yeah.
I don't think
But
it'll do bad.
Dante, if Supergirl flops, if
it flops, yes.
How about we be
Clayface
positive? What if
flops-
it just breaks even? And if everything just breaks even, how is that counted in Hollywood? Paul, in your history, if things break even, no,
I was a
because you have a
TV
lot
guy.
of yeah, I know, but you have experience. If something in TV just breaks even, doesn't make a profit, doesn't lose, is that a success?
Well,
in Hollywood?
profits are often strung out over many years. It was easier back in the day when you had the show and then it went into reruns and then it got marketed off to smaller communities for reruns and then went to South
Syndication.
America for reruns. You know? Greece. You
The first
know?
time I went to Greece as a teenager, the first thing they asked me was, do I have oil wells and horses? Because of Dallas.
Dallas.
I'm
That's
like,
right.
are you kidding me? I wish. But it was literally in their head. It's like, you have an oil well in your backyard? I'm like, yeah,
you
yeah.
have a big cowboy hat on as you was walking through.
No, because I wore boots. I wore boots
By
coming out
the time that show got bicycled to Greece, it only cost that station $100 per show.
Yeah, but they all thought it was JR's cousin.
No,
Jeez.
but I'm saying that's how it worked. It was just this, the initial run of Dallas in reruns would be $10,000 per show, because even in Canada, there was no way we could make a show like Dallas for $10,000. So
Why
they
not?
made bank. I mean,
Oh, I see.
it was an amazing, amount of cash for every single one of the 68 shows that they produced. But then as they would then shop it off to each region. Uzbekistan would give you a show,
And
they don't care.
And this was back when a season was 24 episodes.
That's right.
Right. Real seasons. I hate this 5-8 episode crap. I want
George, good and bad, right? Because here's the thing. I think
I know
when
you have filler.
you got a shorter season, you get less fluff, right?
I
You get
know.
less filler episodes. So, you know what I think? I think a
How
happy
about
medium.
24 solid episodes?
I think a happy medium would be 15 episodes a season. 15.
Well, I could go with that, but why
That's
not?
a solid.
Yeah.
That's a solid season.
The first season of Star Trek was 36.
Oh my
That
god,
was brilliant.
They cranked. They just. I mean, what an
Wow.
unbelievable. They burned it.
Can you
was
imagine
brilliant.
36 episodes a
Yeah.
season?
But it was good. I mean,
But then
it's
it
like-
went down. It went down to 28.
Dallas was like
24,
32.
so-
Yeah. It's crazy. Look, I had to tell cousins, I had to tell friends over there. I'm like, do you think Hawaii's got like Magnum and a Ferrari? And like, there's this, I mean, it was unbelievable to me. Some of the questions I would get. We don't have a love boat. Yes, there are cruise ships, but you're not going to go find the captain. Gilligan isn't it on an
Dude,
island.
you are ruining the fantasies for these people, man. What were you doing?
I was totally, because the questions, I'm like, you got to be kidding. I thought, you're like, are y'all messing with me? Like, no. We thought it was yes, we know it's Hollywood, but we thought it represented some reality. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But
The
that's
happy
also,
days. I know the Fonz. We got a guy walk in here, jacket on, like,
but
yo.
that's also how the American entertainment industry held the rest of the world hostage, because we could not compete. We could not create a glossy show like Love Boat or something like that, or Hill Street Blues. We didn't have the budget anyway in Canada to try to duplicate that experience. But then on top of that, they sold the show for $20,000 to CTV. I mean, a show. There's no way. It's a multi-million-dollar episode per episode. So that's how they held the world hostage, because they shipped out all these glossy, star-studded shows that no one could compete. It made it very difficult for any country to make their own shit.
Yeah. Oh, I was right. Who is it who just said that? Beach Dad? My mom panicked at who shot JR. Jeez, my whole family did. They
Dude,
were like,
that was the biggest thing at that time.
they're like, who do you think did it? I'm like, I don't care. I was a kid. I don't care who shot JR. I
That
don't.
thing dominated.
Dude, the water cooler was
everything.
hot during those days, man, with the who shot
Hell
JR.
yeah.
I love The Sopranos. I remember water cooler talk over The Sopranos every week. What was going to happen? What do you think? Is he going to kill this? Is he going to do that? Is it? I love that. And then Deadwood, but no.
Well, that's when HBO's in its prime, man.
You know, when I finally like landed it with my cousin, Newly, his name was Newly, which is kind of like close to Nick. I was like, just ask yourself this, because every day at 1:30 in the afternoon, they'd start a block for about 4 hours of American shows. You'd have a cartoon block and start with like Thundar the Barbarian, Inspector Gadget, and it would move on, and then you'd get to Gilligan's Island, Love Boat, Brady Bunch, Magnum PI, Dallas, and then you'd see Batman 1966. When it came out, I'm like, do you think we have a Batman? And he's like, no. Well, then why do you think I got an oil well?
Right.
I mean, it's like 2 and 2. It goes together anyway. The Skarsgårds, father and son, had a little fun together.
The elephant in the.
You know, it's interesting about. Oh my God! I just noticed it. What the hell is he wearing?
Shorts.
Shorts.
Or
I hope it's shorts.
yeah, so do I. No, like what? I just
You never know.
noticed.
But the problem with Alexander Skarsgård is though that motherfucker is so good looking that he can get away with wearing.
He can get away with that,
man.
yeah.
And the women will still love him.
Do you know he just did a series on Apple called Murderbot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
I just
haven't seen
started
it yet.
I just started watching it.
You know what, man? I like all those Skarsgårds, to be honest with you, man. I'm a big fan of that family. I think.
So you watched True Blood?
Oh, absolutely. Of course I did.
Really?
It's like the Baldwin family.
Well, I love the first 3 seasons. It got a little. It went off the rails after like the 3rd season, but
When they stopped the sex, you know, you could tell the show went down.
What
When
do you mean? I mean, it was like sex every episode, man. In fact,
Yeah,
season 2 is notoriously known as the orgy season.
right, except for season 3, the sex started getting turned down.
Well, yeah, because Anna Paquin didn't want to go nude so much anymore, right?
I was
It's kind of
tired of
like
Anna
what's her name from Game of Thrones, the one that played Khaleesi.
Oh,
She got to the point where she didn't want to be nude anymore, so she quit getting naked.
we also
But
had.
speaking of Skarsgård, though, man, I'm loving Welcome to Derry right now. I'm
I haven't seen it.
huge fan.
Oh,
You know what's
man,
funny?
it
I
is
didn't realize
amazing.
I needed the crossover between it and The Shining,
Yeah.
and it's giving me that, which is
Really?
wild. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I've been watching it. I've been covering it every night for the last 7 weeks on the DA's office.
So I
It
should
is
watch it.
fantastic.
Oh, it's the best
Love
horror
it, man.
series easily.
Yeah,
right now.
easily the best horror series we've had in a while, and it's really starting to make me rethink Andy Muschietti because that's the showrunner who also directed it. He was, he's lined up to be the director of Batman: Brave and the Bold in James Gunn's DCU. So now I'm like, well, maybe because remember he also directed The Flash.
Right.
We all know how that.
Yeah,
ended.
yeah.
So I'm like, all right, maybe he learned something. Hopefully he learned something. Look, I think maybe just horror is his wheelhouse. That's what he's good at, and that's probably where he should stay. But yeah, I think that it's one of the best series of the year.
I
for
agree.
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been enjoying the hell out of it, man. And I think tonight's the finale.
Well,
Yeah.
what's the level of horror? Shining level,
Oh,
Exorcist
it's
level?
dark, dude. Derry is like children die. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but
Like, it's
gory. I
grim,
mean, we're
dude.
talking like what kind of gore
Has
level?
some gore. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
It's
very
definitely
gory.
got some gore.
Very
Yeah.
gory. Like
It's it. Right?
Yeah.
It's it. So you remember
okay.
it and what he
Yeah.
yeah. It's that same level.
there's this big cross between that and The Shining right now
Yeah.
that I'm absolutely loving, man. It's because I didn't know that like, it was all a connected universe, and
I
apparently
didn't know that. I didn't.
Yeah,
know.
he
You mean The
mentioned
Shining,
stuff from
Stephen King?
all of Stephen King's. There's some other aspects of Stephen King books that I know they
like Dark Castle and other things that apparently
the Tommy
all of,
Knockers. I think
Stephen
the
King's
Tommy
stories
Knockers
take
and
place
stuff
in the
that came
same-
up in that.
They
Yeah.
take place in the same universe, right? Like all of the stories.
Yep.
I didn't know
All of
that.
these stories
Okay.
take place in one universe. It's all in
Yeah.
Maine, right? Because Maine is
Yeah.
where Stephen King is from. So I think they mentioned Castle Rock a couple of times.
Yeah,
yeah.
Shawshank.
Shawshank, yeah, the bus to
They talk
Shawshank.
about Shawshank
Yeah.
in the show, yeah.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Well, we
it's really,
also
really
had
good. Highly recommended.
Trevor Slattery gave an interview with, and I thought it was kind of funny on Wonder Man.
Oh my God.
Simon Williams, as I live and breathe. How are you doing?
Enjoying the ride. And you?
13 years sober. Anyway, I heard that you had a special connection with Wonder Man.
As a kid, I do remember seeing the original with my dad. I'm sorry, what are these for?
It's free food. Actors, free food. It's a well-known equation. If they bring out some chips, it might be different.
As I was saying, I saw the OG Wonder Man with my dad, and that really stayed with me.
I don't believe him.
Oh, hello. What are these? This is a puppy.
What is this?
Do you remember Gerald Depardieu in 1001 Puppy Dogs? He called them the puppies. The puppies. Look at the puppies. The little puppies.
What about you? What's your approach to acting?
You have to stay present. It's all here.
There's more?
Simon, do you call it soda or pop?
What's up, guys? It's your movie guy with the hot new stars of Wonder Man, and I'm going to be teaching them the hottest new slang.
Wow. I'd rather him be Wonder Man.
All right. Yep.
He acts better.
Let me up. That's good.
Just roll with it,
Oh,
Simon.
that's good.
Simon,
I got a lot to teach you, bro. Come on, let's get.
Sorry about that.
I get it. They were spoofing all of like those interview YouTube shows with the hot chicken and the
spicy chicken,
the lie
hot wings.
detector, right?
Yeah.
I mean, look, that was smart. It was fun. That was interesting.
That's clever. Yeah,
it was.
Hopefully, the show is as clever as that. You know, hopefully,
the lead comes off stiff in the trailer. I'm just really concerned. Like,
I am too, straight man in this. But yeah, he's probably playing it straight. He's just here to be an actor, and then you got all of this stuff coming. Remember, he's the hero, so he's got superpowers, but he just has a deep down desire to be an actor. Even though he's this super powered guy, but he just,
he doesn't seem to. He's not pulling it off for me.
Not doing it, huh?
Not doing it.
That was the guy that played what's the name?
Black Manta. Black Manta in Aquaman. He played.
Wait a minute.
That was him, right?
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
Him.
He also played in Watchmen. He was Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah, and Dr. Manhattan. Yep, he was Dr. Manhattan.
Well, the Watchmen series, not the movie.
The Watchmen series. Yeah, not the movie. Yeah.
I didn't see.
I think he's a good actor. I don't know if this is the right part for him. We'll see.
Again, once you have to get over the race swap as well. It's like, like if you've known Wonder Man from the Avengers, and the old comics, it's kind of jarring to see like, okay, I guess he's black now, but but who knows? I mean, Ben Kingsley, maybe it'll turn out to be salvageable. Maybe it'll be a decent film. I mean, show.
Fletcher, bring up the super chats. So we have a few to answer some questions.
They've done no marketing, by the way, for the show at all.
I haven't seen any of it. Yeah, this is like only the second thing I've seen from it. Besides
Okay, Paul has to get going. Fletcher, hold on 1 second. We'll outro Paul first. Thank you, Paul, so much for coming, man. These last few Sundays you've been here, it's been a blast.
Yeah, too bad it was it could have been a better Sunday based on the news. But thank you very much for letting me voice my thoughts. I've been avoiding voicing my thoughts online only because it's not really what I want to do. But and it's an emotional time. My brother lives on Bondi Beach, and it's a trying time. So thank you.
You know what? I came in late. I missed what happened, so maybe you guys can catch me.
In Bondi Beach, what happened was you had a terrorist attack on the first day of Hanukkah, and they had about 2,000 people there, Jewish people celebrating.
Oh, geez.
The first
16
day,
people dead.
You came out shooting, and you had a hero who jumped on one of the guys and stopped him. Like
a Lebanese Maronite.
Okay. Interesting. That changed the story.
It does a bit. But
it does.
Anyways, the evil things that people are willing to do to each other is almost never ending. So
well, thank you. Yes, Chato does rule. I see it in the chat.
Yeah, and so please watch the video that I did that nobody wants to watch and hates me for, which is it's time to ditch all superhero costumes on Call Me Chato.
Except for Linda Carter.
The moment we're done, I'm going there to leave hate. I'm gonna
Yeah,
drop all
please.
kind of hate messages in that.
I have my points, but you know, I leave
Come
hate.
on, the greatest superhero costume was Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. You know, nice, overflowing.
I'll agree with that.
Comfortable.
Yeah, no question about it.
I would hate to lose that.
Yeah,
it's true.
So
anyways,
would I.
gentlemen, thank you very much for having me. Have a wonderful rest.
Thank
of
you,
the,
sir.
See you, Chato.
Your Sunday.
Paul.
Talk to you
Have
later.
a great
Bye.
weekend, sir. Happy.
Dude,
Eric.
Linda Carter is when I realized I liked women.
Oh
Right?
God, yeah. I had a crush on her. I had a crush. That's why somebody sent me, I think it was 6-7 months ago, they sent me a DM and it had said, "You cannot believe what Linda Carter just told her." I'm like, I just deleted it. I'm like, I don't want to know.
I don't care.
I'm like, she's a lefty. I don't want to hear it because then I won't. I'm like, I just have to focus on one. So I brought up the picture one. I'm like, there you go. Refocus the brain.
That woman was crucial to my formative years. So I
Yes.
don't care what she says or what she does, man.
Yeah, she's perfect.
Yeah, but my brain doesn't work that way. If I hear it, it'll start interfering with the image. So I'm like, nope, delete.
George, here's the secret, man. It's kind of like in Avengers when Mark Ruffalo said, you know, it was like, "I'm always angry."
Always
That's
angry.
my
Yeah, I
secret.
got it.
Here's the secret for Hollywood, man. They're all woke.
I know, but there are a handful that are not.
Sure, a handful,
Very
but let's
few
just
and
say
far
95% of them. All
And the
woke.
rest of them used to shut their mouths. The rest used to shut their mouths. Yes.
Well, once you accept that, then it's like, okay, well, I could just look past that part, and you know,
And she was supposed to come back in the, what was it, Wonder Woman 3, which they never did.
well, thank God, man, because Wonder
Thank
Woman
God.
84 was fucking terrible.
Horrible.
She was in that one, right? She was in
Yeah,
Wonder
she
Woman
was.
84.
She
Oh,
was.
that's
She was
right, she was in that one.
She was supposed to be but they were supposed to continue because whatever you had the golden armor, whatever character she was, whatever that was called. Anyway, we have a little bit of Disney news. It's funny how some people just refuse to attack Disney on any
Oh,
grounds.
wait, you got to read the super chat, George.
Okay, bring him right back. Good, thank you. Eric K for $5. James Gunn watched the movie Hancock and said, "I can make Supergirl into a female version of it." See, it doesn't work. You can do that with guys, I think. When you do it with girls, it's been done to death. And I just think it just doesn't come. We're different. Men, women.
Drunk party girl don't work for Supergirl, in my opinion. I don't think that's a fit. I'm not looking forward to this character, this version of Supergirl. You know, and I haven't read the comics, so
How many asshole women do you know in movies that have succeeded? I mean, like asshole and drunk. Seriously, like
I mean, the only thing I could think of is Cameron Diaz and Bad Teacher. Like that was
that's
funny as
one.
shit.
Okay, that's one.
But usually it doesn't work.
It doesn't. Dudes, now how many can you name of drunk dude asshole?
Oh, so many. Bad Santa.
a lot of them.
Anything. Pick. It's everywhere. Thank you for that, Eric K. William Barr for £2. Verbal. He be looking fresh. No homo.
I appreciate that. No homo.
Achilles Jones for 5 years. There's this saying from a certain group of people. After Saturday comes Sunday. Their determination is highly underestimated. That was when we were talking about Bondi Beach, and you had guys who were screaming Allahu Akbar and shooting people.
Yeah.
Just so we kind of like put that in context. Thank you for that, Achilles Jones. Always great to see you. Flying Blind and Rocket Psycho. I love that name. $5. Love Supergirl in the DC animated flick, Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. I remember that.
Yeah.
I love the original. DC used to make great animated shows.
Their animated universe is spectacular. I wish they would have just allowed those guys to make
to do it. Yeah.
Movies.
Dude,
You know
that Justice League cartoon, man, Justice League Unlimited. Oh, just good stuff, man.
Yeah, man. Superman, the animated series, Batman, the animated series.
Batman, the animated series, Superman. Oh my God. I liked it when Batman and Superman got together in the animated series.
Yeah.
That was like the golden era of DC animated.
I would say the peak of it was the Dark Knight Returns. You ever see that one? The deluxe? The Dark Knight
Returns? Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
Brilliant. It's like almost shot for shot from the
comic.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's done very well with RoboCop's voice, Peter Weller's voice.
I was confusing that with the Killing Joke, but yeah, no, the Dark Knight Returns.
Killing Joke was terrible.
That was awful.
That was terrible.
It did not. Yeah, it didn't go well.
And they brought back
terrible.
Hamill for that too, right?
Yes, they did.
Terrible.
Oh, 42 for £5. Our prime minister has said that all UK citizens are equal. It's just some are more equal than others. Yeah, Animal Farm. We're going to look at that in a minute. Andy Serkis is releasing it. Of course, they have flipped the script on it. Starmer is also calling himself Napoleon. No connection. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Thank you for that. Love my chat. Got your fingers on the pulse of everything. Corbin Dallas, been for 4 months. Hell, everyone. I can't wait to see Street Fighter. Me too.
Same, man.
Looks
I don't know why.
That.
Like, I mean, some people are shitting on that teaser. I'm all for it. I'm all in it.
I am all the way in. I'm there day one.
Yeah,
first screening. I can't wait. I can't wait to see a full trailer of this. But yeah, that little teaser they gave us was dynamite.
I really enjoyed it.
I'm so much more excited about that than Mortal Kombat 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's something big. Flying blind on a rocket saga for another $5. It never made sense having Khal Drogo become Aquaman since Dothraki were scared of water. Again, another reason why I love my chat. You connect everything together. Give me some sharp lines. Love it. Beautiful. Thank you for that. And now we have Paul Feinbaum. He's going to give you the reason why he's not going to be running in Alabama for an office. Just I had to play this because it does connect in a way with Hollywood. It's just the reason why he's not going to run for the office is funny.
Why ultimately, Paul, did you say no?
Being in this cauldron for 3 months, I saw the path. I dealt with donors. I dealt with a lot of people, and at various moments, and I'll get to the final reason in a minute, but they kept rushing me in. Even Coach Supergirl called me at one point and said, "You can't wait much longer. You got to get in FEC files. You got to show you're legitimate." So fine. So I kept putting it off, but ultimately the reason I couldn't do it was the political operatives. Now I know this sounds like I'm blaming something on other people, but I'm not. I'm just telling you the reality that you already know. They told me the clearest and cleanest path to victory, I was running as a Republican in Alabama, was to run. And I'm just going to paraphrase the political operatives'
stop qualifying, just spit it out.
To run against woke Disney. And I could not do it. I could not burn down the place I had worked for the last 13 years that had given me an opportunity as a Birmingham talk show host and use whatever you may think of Disney, and plenty of people have opinions.
Plenty of people are right. You're wrong. Okay. I just thought that was fascinating.
Yeah.
He won't run for office because he can't attack woke Disney.
Sure.
Interesting.
I just found it. I don't know what the hell to call that. It was just, and he went on for another minute and a half about how great Disney. And I'm glad you could say, "Hey, Disney, incredible company that I worked for a long time, gave me my first start, wonderful, but they've changed." I think that's a pretty safe way to say it and pretty straightforward. Also, some other news from Disney, which I think this is pretty stupid. It's just base marketing. Is the fact that Disney reportedly sending theaters 4 different Avengers Doomsday trailers.
This strategy.
I
don't know who do they think is going to go to watch Avatar 4 weeks in a row. And that's a 3-hour movie, George. It's like, wait a minute, man. That's a 3-hour movie. You think people are really going to go to watch this movie 4 straight times in a row to get the 4th? Everybody's going to bootleg it. We already know, man. It's going to be pirated. It's going to be bootleg. People are going to record it, throw it up online. There's going to be thousands of these videos. There's no way in the world that that's going to work, at least not for Avatar. The only thing it might help is it might build up the hype for Doomsday, because, you know, you're going to be talking about every trailer that drops. Okay, this trailer dropped for Doomsday. What's in it? Let's discuss it. People will talk about that, but nobody's going to watch Avatar 4 weeks in a row. There's 0 chance of that.
Yeah, not going to happen. Yeah. Especially, I don't think, what do you think about that, Verbal? Because I saw you listed it. It's what attracted my attention to. You're like, who's going to watch 4?
Dude, I at this point, I don't know who's running the MCU. Like, I don't know what's going on here, man. This is the dumbest marketing stunt, because that's what it is, right?
You think it's to kick off water cooler conversation?
This is the dumbest stunt I've seen in a long time, man. first of all, not many people don't even want to see Avatar to begin with, right?
Yeah, very good
And then
reason.
you're gonna drop a different trailer every week. Like, dude, just cut the bullshit. Throw them all on YouTube right fucking now. Like, what are we doing here? No one's gonna go watch Avatar to watch a trailer. Like, here's the thing. Maybe back in the day, right? Like maybe if
When it first
were
came out.
the trailer for Infinity War, right? Back in the day, people would have done this shit. They're not falling for it.
Not
anymore.
now.
It's over. It's over.
Right. Especially
where
after,
the MCU is at right now. Where the
No.
MCU is at right now, there's no chance this is going to work. This is
No,
this
it's
is
over.
a
Like,
no-go,
what are
man.
they thinking?
And James Cameron didn't help himself make any new friends 24 hours ago. Did y'all see this?
Oh
Did
yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
All right.
In terms of like audience feedback, is that something that you're paying attention to? Because for some people, it's
You heard what he said in terms of audience feedback.
Yeah.
in terms of like audience feedback, is that something that you're paying attention to? Because for some people, it still might be too uncanny. Yes or no?
I think $2.3 billion says you might be wrong on that. Well, that's the argument from authority, but the argument from artistic is
So he's basically saying, shut the hell up. I made $2.3 billion. I know what I'm talking about.
I mean, yeah. I mean, to some degree, he has a point, but you know what?
Isn't that kinda weird how to-
Honestly, at the end of the day, though, I wish he would just move on from this franchise.
I know, but my point is he goes on to explain. I mean, you can hear his explanation. He's explaining why 3D actually how it works on the brain, and we really don't have eye strain. You have brain strain, so it's the right thing to do. He did later try to smooth it out and explain the whole thing. My point is, Hollywood seems to be the only industry. Like, you can go buy an Apple iPhone, you can go buy Google Android, you can buy a computer, a motorcycle, a car, a Chick-fil-A. You don't go up to the counter and say, hey, I really like that. And they say, go fuck yourself. Nobody does that except for Hollywood. Nobody. Hollywood seems to be the only company, the only industry where the celebrities tell you to go to hell. The studios are like, you're at fault, but please buy our tickets.
Yeah, they attack their audience all the time.
Could
All
you
the time.
imagine
All
if
the
you
time.
went to imagine if you went to a restaurant and the first thing they did, go to hell.
Yeah.
That's crazy work, man. It's crazy work.
But see, they think they have the monopoly on entertainment, and for a while, remember, Hollywood was it when it came to entertainment. But now the internet has opened up all of the possibilities in the world, so you can get entertainment from anywhere, and that's the
Right.
reason why Hollywood is falling apart. But I will say this about Avatar: it is still like one of the only event movies, if you want to call them that it's gonna make $2 billion, even though nobody is gonna talk about it after we're gonna get Avatar, and then for the next 2 years nobody's gonna talk, but it's going to make $2 billion. Why? Because it's an event. Everybody's like, oh, an Avatar's movie's out, and it's like it's an amazing visual experience, and I'm gonna throw the 3D glasses on, and then I'm gonna sit there for 3 hours, and when I walk out of the theater, I'm gonna forget everything. I'm not even gonna care about the movie after that, but everybody's gonna line up and go and see it. That's just the way it is. That's how Avatar has been treated over the last, over these past 2 movies. So, yeah.
It's just odd. I just was thinking about the other day. Okay, I got to tell you real quick. My mom was sick, right? She calls me up and says, George, can you help me? Can you get me a soup? And I was writing a video, was on the phone, had a migraine. It was like, when everything's going, you have one of those days. And so I said, what soup do you want? I've never gone to Chick-fil-A before. I've never eaten at Chick-fil-A. She goes, I want a Mexican soup. I'm like, okay, what's it called? She's like, she had like 100-degree fever. She's like, it's called Mexican soup. I wasn't thinking. Drive up to the drive-thru. And I didn't know Chick-fil-A. They have 20 people outside in the drive-thru, 2 drive-in lanes. And, they take your order outside. And they're very nice. I just put my phone on hold, right? Turn over to the gentleman. He looks like he's 17, 18 years old. He's like, how can I help you, sir? Hope you're having a blessed day. That's what he said. I was like, wow. No wonder they have a good reputation. He's like, yes, I'd like to get 2 large bowls of Mexican soup. I didn't think what I said. I didn't look at the menu. He's like, what? And I said, the Mexican soup. He's like, we don't have Mexican soup. I'm like, yeah, you do. My mom just called me. She said it's called the Mexican soup. He goes, we have tortilla soup. And he looks at me and I was like, yeah. And it's a Hispanic guy. And I'm sitting here going straight face because I was like, I want the Mexican. He's like, we have tortilla and chicken. And I'm like, yeah, okay, it's one of those days. And then when I finally finished ordering, he's like, have a blessed day. I'm like, that guy thought I was fucking with him. I thought he was fucking with me. And it was just this perfect storm. But and then I started thinking about it when I left. Could you imagine if you just had that guy just told you to go to hell? That's pretty much what Hollywood does.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Anyway, Hugh Jackman is coming out with a new film, Song Sung Blue. It's good casting. It's going to be a lot of fun. By the way, yes, one of my favorite soups is menudo.
Oh, love menudo soup, man.
Love menudo.
Well, I like pozole, and then menudo is like second.
I still can't believe I told that to that dude. I want Mexican soup. He was looking at me like I was on Mars,
That's kind of funny though, man.
or I was like from Viter, and the only thing I needed was a swastika. You know, that's how he looked at me. I was like, my brain wasn't there at that moment. But the other thing that got a trailer this week, which is the last one I'm going to show before we move on to the last two things, is Andy Serkis's Animal Farm, which to me, the only way to put it, you watch it, people have read the books, you can tell that this is Hollywood's version of George Orwell's Animal Farm. They're inverting. This is supposed to be about communism, but it's
going to be about.
See it. They're going, the billionaires are the bad ones.
No longer communism, right? Communism, no longer the bad guy. Yeah. Okay.
No. Yes, Orwell, Dr. Sleep is turning in his grave.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what the hell is this? Everybody in the chat say, yeah, effing what? Because this is not what we read. And Andy Serkis said over the last year and a half, this has been his 15-year passion project, his dream. And what did he say? To faithfully adapt it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'm not excited.
Nope. By the way, when it comes to Netflix, have y'all been keeping up with what's going on with the Netflix Warner Brothers Paramount deal?
Nah, what's the latest?
The latest is that Trump has signaled that he won't allow Netflix to take it. He said too big of a market share. Plus, they don't want CNN. And he gave he answered a question yesterday where he was like, whoever takes it has to take CNN. Because he wants it reformed, which obviously Netflix isn't going to do. And Polymarket in 9 days, this is what I want to show you. You know, the betting site. 9 days ago, Paramount, I can't blow it up any bigger, but you can see where it says Paramount. Okay, that was reversed. 9 days ago, Netflix was at 85%, deal done. They're taking it. As of yesterday morning, Paramount's they're all betting 50% and over. And especially after Trump said it.
Right.
Here's the other deal. Netflix released the trailer for Queen of Coal. And
yeah,
so
we saw that.
Yeah, you have a lot of people. You saw it, right? It's Pedro Pascal's brother.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you had a lot of people in Hollywood are saying, see, this was going to happen if you what's funny. Some of the people who are pushing the trans movement have started to come out and say, this is what Netflix is going to do to everything if they get Warner Brothers. They're like, Batman is next. Harry Potter.
So wait, they want Paramount to win?
Yeah, that's what I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you because the words they use in the post, I can't read.
Okay.
I can't read. Yeah, I'll send it to you because it's hilarious. You have writers who are posting on X and on Instagram. Remember I was saying last week that Hollywood is faced in a catch-22. Yeah. Paramount is anti-woke. Everything that Hollywood believes in, the Ellison so far hate. Right. Netflix is everything they love, but they hate Netflix. So they have to decide, do we reform and go with the guys who can save us, or do we shut up and let the guys on the right destroy us for Netflix? So that's what do y'all think? Think Hollywood is smart enough to save themselves?
Nope.
I think Paramount.
Nope. And I'll tell you why. Because they put themselves in this situation, right? They created their own demise. George.
Right,
Like,
but they didn't think they were going to end though.
No, but George, here's the thing. Here you guys have to understand, man. Like Hollywood, besides the movie part of it, is a business, right? There are people in suits and ties who go into an office who make business decisions on this product, right? Because the movies are a product of theirs.
Right.
When you have a business and you're about to make a big jump into something new, you do all your research, right? Like you try to figure out, how is this going to be profitable overall, right?
Mm-hmm.
They all got together and thought they could take on a tech company doing what that tech company does the best,
right?
And thought they could compete with them, knowing that their model is nothing like that tech company.
Yep.
Right. So they create their own streaming services. Look at them all now.
Yep.
It's been nothing but a net loss since they all created their own streaming services, man.
Right.
So they created their own demise.
But that's why I'm saying, do you think Hollywood would have realized we screwed ourselves and now we have no choice but to go with Paramount? That's what
I think Paramount's going to win regardless.
I do, because Trump's not going to approve. I mean, he's given.
Well, I think that, but also I think the from a regulatory standpoint, the FTC is probably not going to let it go through.
No.
But I also think that Paramount's just going to outbid Netflix. They're just going to keep upping the, look, David Zaslav has played this thing to perfection because he knows how desperate the Ellisons are. He knows they're desperate. And so you have another competing entity, Netflix, competing against Paramount. And all they're going to do is just say, all right, well, you offer 30, Netflix is going to offer 32. Oh, okay, well, then we'll offer 35. All right, well, Netflix will offer 30. And it'll just keep going up. It's a bidding war at this point. It's a bidding war.
It is, because he's trying to do a hostile takeover since they were
right
to the shareholders. Yeah.
Once they got into the bidding war arena, Paramount's probably going to win because Netflix, their stock is dropping. If you've been paying attention, their stock is dropping with every upbid or with their, as long as this thing is going
Netflix. On. The only stock going up is Warner Brothers. That's what's hilarious. That's my point. Like Paramount, Netflix are going down, and Warner.
But Paramount has, David Ellison. Obviously, they got the bread to basically fork over a ton of money and buy it. So I think eventually they're going to outbid Netflix and they're going to win. And then everybody, Warner Brothers stockholders obviously going to come out a winner because their price just keeps going up every single time you look at it. But yeah, I don't think that Netflix is going to win. And because of that, I don't think that Hollywood's going to learn their lesson. All right. Because Hollywood needs to actually take an L and lose one of their major big 5 studios to Netflix in order for them to say, damn, we really fucked up, didn't we? Yeah, you lost one of your biggest studios, the 100-year-old studio. You lost because you couldn't, make good content, number one. But then, like Dante said, you decided that you wanted to go head-to-head with a tech company. You guys are idiots. And so I feel like they needed to take this L, but they're not going to take the L. They're actually going to get bailed out by Paramount because Paramount is desperate to buy Warner Brothers. They want this studio in the worst way. So I think that's how it's going to go down.
I agree. That's why I said last week and the week before, I said, I believe there's no way Trump's going to let it happen. And the Ellisons, the difference between them and Ted Sarandos is you have Dad, Larry Ellison, David Ellison. It's like, Dad, hey, I need more money. Larry's like, let me pull out of my back pocket. He's third or fourth richest man on the planet. Now, Netflix has more money than the father, but in stock, they have to get approval from the board. They can only go, and that's why they can't match them. Plus, you know the name of the guy who represents, he's an investment banker. He represents 3% of the stock for Warner Brothers, and he says he's going with Paramount. God, Guglio. His name is something like that. He says he's going to bring along another 2%. So he's about 5% of the total shares in Warner's. He's committing to Paramount.
Right.
So it's kind of like Netflix should just bow out. Now, Skydance, someone I saw in the chat said Skydance is woke, who came up with this idea. They're not. Yes, but since Paramount took over, they've been firing everybody who's woke. They're bringing people back who were fired and canceled because they weren't woke. That's why they're supposed to be this new era. They want to extend the theatrical time 90 days. They want to get back, they were saying, to 120 days. They want to bring Hollywood back. That's what they're saying.
That's how you bring Hollywood back. You lengthen the theatrical window and make it exclusive. It's like, when stuff is going to streaming in 30 days or less,
people wait.
You're cheapening the product. You're cheapening your movies. Now your movies are just streaming content instead of actually being in theaters for 100 and some odd days, and that's it. If you want to watch this movie, you have to go to a movie theater to watch it. You don't have to just sit on your ass for 4 weeks and then it'll pop up on your streaming service and then you buy it for $25. No, you got to take your ass down to a theater and you got to watch it. That's how you save Hollywood. That's literally how you save it. But we'll see if they actually do that.
Yeah, the other thing I think is the fact that probably Trump wants more than anything that he's not going to admit, even though he says it in other ways, is that he despises CNN. He always says he despises CNN. And Paramount's the only one who said, we want to buy the whole thing and then completely flip CNN, clean house, and make it what it was in the 80s, a real news organization. Basically, get rid of all the lefties. Yeah. Netflix wants nothing to do with that. So I'm sure when Trump hears like, hey, they want to get rid of the guys that I despise, I'm with you guys. That's how I view it.
I'll be honest, man. Like I wouldn't even have a problem with Netflix buying
really
Warner Brothers. Oh, if they weren't so opposed to theatrical.
Yeah, but they are.
I know, and that's my only thing, man. Because I'll be honest, I don't have a problem with Netflix. I know people joke about the race swapping and gender swapping, all that shit, the woke shit. But you guys have to remember too, Netflix does some very unwoke stuff, very unwoke, right? Like when everyone was trying to make them like take Chappelle off the platform, they were like, "Fuck you, no, we're keeping Chappelle," right? So they cater to both parties, man. Which again is a smart business move. But I know people, like to joke about the race swapping stuff. But my thing is, Netflix is a solid fucking company, and if they just like change their views on theatrical, I would be like, I'm fine with this. Right. But the problem is that they don't believe in theatrical, man. Nor should they, because of their business model. Theatrical doesn't fit them anyway. So I get that. But if it did, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah, but did you hear what he said? What was it, 72 hours ago? No, we wouldn't kill theatrical. We believe in it. It's like, come on, nobody buys that.
No, that's bullshit. They don't like theatrical.
3 weeks ago, he said we want to shrink it down to 2 weeks, and then 72 hours ago, no.
It's not even that they don't like theatrical. It just doesn't fit their business model.
Well, he said we cater to our customers, which means they want to see the movie when it comes out at home. But that's what's killing the industry.
Yeah. Their business model is watch Netflix, right? Yeah. Anything that gets in the way of you watching Netflix, be that physical media, be that watching movies in theaters, television, regular cable, whatever, that's against their business model. So of course they're not going to like invest into theaters, invest in the movies and the cinematic experience. They're not going to invest in that because they understand that's a competitor to what we want to do, Right. So yeah, they're going to say the right things in order to maybe get get Warner Brothers. But then after they finally own Warner Brothers, and they might play it out for a couple of years, but then after a couple of years, it's like, all right, well, guys, that's enough of that movie theater shit. Let's go ahead and get this thing on Netflix. And that's how it's going.
Yeah, nobody believes them.
Nobody.
So here's the last story, and we're going to be out of here. This was because I wanted to talk about it when everybody was here. I guess Platoon couldn't make it today. Hopefully it means we'll get him next week.
He's probably off doing something gay.
This is
I love you, Platoon. You know that.
Probably we'll see him Wednesday. I think he's going to Chris Gore's Star Trek funeral because I'll be there.
Oh, that's right. I still gotta make my video. Actually, I'll probably just be there. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'll be there. We're good because I'm postponing. By the way, everybody to know I'm postponing Unchained because I'm going to be over there at Chris Gore's Star Trek RP. So we're not doing it.
Saying my goodbyes to a beloved franchise.
Man.
Well, here's goodbye to one of the biggest. I wish it was goodbye to one of the biggest hypocrites in Hollywood. Bob Iger a few years ago said, they would never embrace AI because AI was a kind of like it was a killer for Hollywood. And here he is the other day, spending $1 billion on OpenAI.
Why did you decide to invest $1 billion in OpenAI along with this deal?
Well, obviously, we've been mindful of the significant growth in AI to begin with and extremely impressed with the progress that Sam and OpenAI have made.
Okay, we don't need to hear any more from him. The bottom line is I just wanted you to hear that he actually said they invested it. So
yeah, no, he's a piece of shit.
He is a piece of shit.
Can't stand him. The funny thing is, it's like, look, he's not wrong either. I mean, I think it's a good investment. The problem is, though, is he's a piece of shit. No one cares.
Dante's just straight. Except when you go read the deal that Breitbart breaks down, they sold the rights to 200 of their characters, Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Darth Vader, all across the board, right? It comes with all the marketing, all the files.
I'm sorry. They sold the rights to who?
You didn't know that? I'll read it to you. Oh, here it is. Here's the article. You didn't realize that, huh?
No, I didn't even.
They have sold the rights for OpenAI to use. Here we go. The deal, here it is. Disney announced it has invested a cool $1 billion into OpenAI, an investment that will allow users of OpenAI's video tool Sora to exploit over 200 Disney characters. We're talking Iron Man, Mickey Mouse, Ariel, Simba, Black Panther, Darth Vader, Captain America, Loki, Thor, Han Solo, Luke Skywalker, and there's a whole list of the rest.
Wait, just so I'm clear, they're saying that they're allowing OpenAI to meaning we can use it, right?
Yes. Here's why though. They're not selling again any of the rights to the actors' likenesses. That they are not included. So you'll get Vader, the whole thing. You're not going to be able to use Anakin underneath. Here's why they're doing it. Disney Plus subscribers, we're now talking at the end of 2026, beginning of 2027, will also see curated AI-generated shorts appear on the platform. Okay. What they're doing when you dig into this, anybody who uses any of the Disney material or characters and you make your own short or movie and you post it up, YouTube, X, anywhere you want, Disney can grab that. That's part of their contract. They own that. And they're going to play that, the best of the ones they like, on Disney Plus. So creators are going to be making movies and shorts, and Disney's going to take them and play them as content for Disney Plus subscribers. What do you think of that, Dante? Isn't that nuts?
Wild times, man.
They're having content creators create the stuff that they're going to basically.
Maybe they realize they can't make good content any longer, so now they're just outsourcing it. They're outsourcing it to the actual fans. Hey, I mean, you know what? I mean, I'm sure some people are going to like that. I'm not going to watch any of that shit, but I'm pretty sure some fans are going to love making their own, Mickey Mouse versus Darth Vader, whatever videos, and they'll have fun with it. And hey, man, if that's your thing, that's your thing. That's not something I'm interested in, and I won't, dabble in it or talk to it or watch it or anything. But I'm pretty sure there are going to be some people that are going to love it, and it's going to be at Added Plus because it'll be on Disney Plus, and then you can tell
they're
your
making
friends,
money
hey,
off of that. But they're making money off of somebody else's work. Isn't that kind of weird? Somebody else is going to create it. They're going to profit off of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Fletcher, do you have that clip? That's where we're finishing that AI clip, that Star Wars one. This is going to give you an example of what they're going to be delivering to you. I would like somebody who knows AI to finally tell me, why is it that these AI little shorts and movies can't go above 8 minutes? So far, all I've seen is 8 minutes at max. Okay, here it is. Hit play. Please, sir.
Feeling today. Painful. Would you like me to administer an anesthetic? No. Vector regeneration is progressing within expected parameters, my lord. Dermal tissue is stabilizing, though extensive scarring remains. Your vocal cords, however, judging by your phonation, they are still severely damaged. Vital signs remain stable, initiating necrotic tissue removal. Enough. Your volume is insufficient. Please repeat your command.
I said enough. We are done here.
Understood, Lord Vader. We will resume the examination at a later time.
What the hell?
Ads.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it's getting me that guy's Star Wars Tales Untold. Each video he gets better and better and better. But it's the story that I find interesting because, of course, it's AI and you can tell.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think that's where it's
Yeah,
at.
the
Also,
storytelling is the main thing. Is what we.
the story was
the-
awesome. I
Yeah.
like the stories that he's doing. That's what I'm enjoying. But they, like I was saying earlier, I think that he's pulling them all from Dark Horse Comics, and the rest he's filling in from the Legends. Yeah, because they're just too spot on. I have them. Also, I wanted to share this last thing. This is my nephew. Remember I said he's a Marine? Well, he's a Marine recruit. Here he is. He passed another course. That's my nephew, Chris. Yeah. He's still in boot camp. Yeah. Pretty proud of him. Proud of him. All right. That's pretty much it. And the camera's acting crazy. Anyway, thank you, everybody, for your support. We're going to go around the table. Derek, always great to have you here. Tell everybody what you got coming up.
Yeah, the DA's office tonight. We'll be talking about it. Welcome to Derry, the final episode. So I'm looking forward to that. That really, really good show. If you haven't checked it out, definitely go and check it out on HBO Max. I think it's one of the best shows of the year. And then, we'll be talking about other things that came up throughout the week. It's kind of our wrap up of the week is the DA's office. So tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 11 Eastern. If you guys can hang, it'd be great. Otherwise, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you, George. Always a pleasure.
Thank you. Always love having you here. And Verbal Riot, what do you got coming up now that VRL is back?
Yeah, guys, VRL this Thursday, 6 p.m. I'm going to try to keep it that way. 6 p.m. PST. I'm going to be hanging out with the guys on Film Threat tomorrow at 1 o'clock PST, and I will be back here Wednesday with George and with Nina Infinity. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Wednesday is the Star Trek funeral, so I'll be part of the funeral with George. We'll both be giving our condolences and our eulogies, to a beloved franchise. And then after that, I'll be hanging out with Nina Infinity. So yeah, you guys know where to find me.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun coming up. And then I will be holding a member stream over the holidays, and we'll kick those back off. I can't wait to see Josh Hammond and everybody over there. Razorburn. All the amazing people. And probably we'll stream on Christmas Eve because that's actually a Wednesday. And next Sunday, I'll see. I'm going to talk to Platoon. Hopefully, we can get him for next Sunday. Something must have come up. He couldn't make it. And after this, make sure that you go and raid Mr. Brown's Alliance. Show him a lot of love. Thank you, everybody, for everybody who sent in their support, your questions, your chats, and memberships. Means a lot. I hope you have a great day. Happy holidays. Keep spreading the cheer. Never bow down, never bend the knee. Remember, when you want to change things, decisions are made by those who show up to the fight. Love you, Slayers. Talk to you later.